free installation on select Kumho tires. See PepBoys.com for complete details.
Fence Outlet, your home improvement specialist. For a free quote, visit fenceoutlet.com today.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries, call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Monday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do have a stacked program for you today. A lot of cool stuff coming up. We'll get you informed with woke news. We have sports with Brandon Kravitz today. Trivia, Ross Thought. Stephen Kramer drops by at the end of the program. And of course, we'll end that off with the last call. Your text, your calls all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy alien Ross Padgett.
Nailed it.
You kind of got to put the mic on.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Find us easily on social. Instagram, Facebook, and of course on TikTok as well. That's at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. Find us live at JimColbertLive.com and take us wherever you go using the iHeartRadio app. Also, we stream this show, YouTube, Twitch, and on Facebook. We prefer you hop over there on YouTube and give us a subscribe there. That really is the best way. We have the chat room. Ross hops in there during the day, sometimes mix up with you guys, and we appreciate you doing that. How's everybody's weekend? Very good?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quite good.
Yeah, I had some rain on our side of town, but on Sunday, which actually worked out perfectly for what we had to do, but I know, Debbie, you had to, I say had to, you were honored to introduce Michael Andrew.
And Swingerhead when they performed at the Mount Dora Community Building. And for all of you who wonder if I ever see or know of a dress, post a little 9-second video of me dancing in a dress.
And girl, you were getting down a little bit.
Yeah, well, you
were shuffling it up a little bit. It's
Michael Andrew.
It's the cutest little video ever.
Now, can I ask something with that might appear to be insulting, but it's not?
Right.
Okay, this is usually my angle,
Yeah,
Jack.
yeah.
I'm now
Here we go.
leaning in.
And I say this because this is true for me.
Okay.
I know sometimes if I drink, I'm more likely to dance. I'm just not a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know how were you feeling that night?
You know what? It's so funny you say that. I dance in the shower. So
that sounds dangerous.
I'd only had like half a drink.
Wow.
So that was
You were just high on life.
I was just high on life and
good
loving
for
the
you.
music.
See, that's even better.
You guys buying that?
Yeah.
All right, very good.
Well, all I heard,
good job, Deb. Good job. Good
all
sales.
I heard was that she gets drunk in the shower.
It's happened.
That one I buy immediately.
Yeah,
I'll take 4 of those. Ross, what'd you do this weekend? I know that you had plans. From what I remember, you told me Sunday was going to be a gigantic football day in the old Paget home.
Yo, I red zoned my face off, but on Saturday, I'll tell you this, I was pulling out some weeds, and do you guys ever have something that happens while you're working on the house? You're like, yep, I'm done. I didn't plan on being done, but I'm done.
Can we guess?
It just ends your day. Like that event, like you're like, okay.
Fire ants.
Well, it's funny that you say that because my dog found some fire ants, and it looks like she got stuck in the face by Tyson.
Okay.
Oh,
very good.
no.
Yeah.
Snake or something like a good scare from a snake?
I pulled a weed. As I grabbed the weed, I grabbed a bee. And that bad boy shanked the palm of my hand.
We got you good.
Just straight prison stabbed the webbing of my thumb, and it's still in there.
Oh, it hurts like a bitch too.
I can't get it out.
It's still in
like
there.
a splinter. I love doing that. Let me. Can I dig?
You can
Don't dig.
Whoa, no. I'll get a thumbtack and some rubbing alcohol.
No, this is what you do, Ross.
Hold on, we're not in prison.
This is what you do.
We kind of are, aren't we?
During the break, run outside with a bottle of water, make yourself a little paste, a little bit of mud.
Look
Put
at
that mud on the stinger, and then as the mud dries, it will pull the stinger out.
Really? Never heard that one.
I did that with a yellow jacket sting when I was a kid. I think I was taught that in brownies.
Is that a poultice that you're creating?
Yeah.
A poultice?
Yeah.
What? Okay, so Jack was holding my hand as you explained.
So
your
it was
sit-
very he was focusing on me
Yeah.
holding his hand.
It was a very
Soft as it. What?
It was a sensual moment,
It
so I
was,
did not
right?
hear
It
your
was.
words.
Your hand is very soft,
You
by the
too.
way.
I feel like
Your
we should have a
hand was
curtain.
soft. My
Don't
hands
you,
are
Jimmy?
rough.
Whoop. Your hands are not
My-
Don't you
rough.
feel like we need a curtain?
I got
separator.
I got
Oh, come
callus.
on. No.
I got calluses, callusi.
I'm more my feet, but
Yeah, you don't know that. A bee made it through your hand. You don't have much of a callus, but I gotta tell
It's
you.
in the soft part
Yeah,
of
okay.
the hand.
Right,
The
yeah.
soft part.
Right, you
It's
got
in the pillowy part.
You get the matrix. You get the matrix bee was able to work through the soft areas of your very rough, rugged cowboy-esque hands.
Let me say, parts of my hands are rough.
Okay,
and
great.
it's not from hard work, it's from the opposite golf. Okay. It's from years of golfing.
Jack, anything exciting this weekend that you?
well, besides enjoying some sports, football and baseball for the most part.
Let's
baseball.
go.
I was going to say, I didn't enjoy sports this weekend.
Yankees are S in the bed right now. But made a trip over to Brevard and Cocoa area and spent time with the oldest daughter and had a real
Oh, that's
pleasant
right.
afternoon.
That's right, because did she play this weekend?
She did not. No, we just went over to visit and then went to a place and had lunch. And you ever like waffle on like trying to decide what you're going to get on the menu and you land on one thing and then you kind of have regret and wish you would have got the other thing?
Even worse, somebody else at the table orders what you wanted, and
Right.
it looks delicious, and you're sitting there eating doo-doo.
None of that happened. I ordered what I wanted, and it was fantastic. I'm still thinking about it, and it was just fish and chips, but it was so good. I want to go
Love
back.
that. I love that. Jack becoming a culinarian.
Yeah, and it's had. Well, I can. The only reason I'm mentioning the place because it seems like so odd. Ryan's Pizza.
All right.
Like,
That's where you get your fish and chips at Ryan's Pizza.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds like a perfect fit.
An Irish pizzeria.
Yeah, on the beach
Yeah, with fish and chips.
with fish and chips.
All right,
That's as Florida as you can get.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031.
Well, what about your weekend, Jimmy?
Well-
You did not have as good of a weekend or as fun of a weekend.
Well, it wasn't as lively as yours, but this is the last chapter, and I know I've talked about this for the last 6 weeks, but this past weekend, wife and I went up not only to bury my uncle that passed away, which is my mom's oldest brother, the oldest of the four. He passed away 13 days after her COVID-related bilateral pneumonia. And, the family, obviously taking a bit of a hit because our other uncle, his younger brother, the youngest in the family, was also fighting bilateral pneumonia with COVID related. So our family was in a crisis there. My uncle was the only one that was unaffected by it, and my other uncle still has yet to go back to work yet after being out of work for more than a month, hospitalized for 11 days. So it's been a weird thing. Fast forward, before we went to my uncle's funeral, which was at 1:00, we went up early to empty my mom's storage unit, and there were furniture stuff in there, of course, but really, we weren't really concerned with that, or at least I wasn't. I don't think my sister was much either. What we did want, though, is all the stuff that was in the boxes that we didn't know, stuff that we remembered from our childhood that we wanted to get, even things from the kitchen that my grandmother would have passed down that would have been very important, photo albums, things like that. We just remember all of that stuff we were kind of looking for, and found a lot of the stuff that we were looking for, didn't find some. But I did want to talk to you guys about one thing that I did find was very interesting, and this will kind of tie this thing up, and maybe we can kind of touch back on this a little bit later in the show. But we stumbled across some journals of my mom's, and it was even weird, opening up and realizing the dates were recent enough where I would have remembered what was happening at that time,
right?
In vividly.
Did you know your mom journaled?
I did not know.
Not your childhood, then?
No,
it wasn't.
This was recent, since 2009.
Oh,
she
really
started-
recent?
Yeah,
Okay.
she was journaling, which is kind of important for people who don't know. My mom did deal with some mental illness. And another thing that I've been telling you guys for 6 weeks that I found out, because we did start, my wife was reading the journals, and, it was morbidly fascinating because a couple things I've been telling you guys over the last 6 weeks. I see you guys, not only the members of the show here, but the audience.
Yeah, your family.
Is that right? Yeah, the fam, is that, my mom ignored her health for many, many years, which led to an undiagnosed issue with her kidneys, which, of course, created a number of issues, pleurisy, heart failure, kidney failure, COPD, I mean, she had a bunch of stuff happening before COVID even really had its chance. You know, she was already weakened to the point where that was the final nail type thing. But she had been going to the doctor. And we found out through her journaling that not only had she been going to the doctor, my mother knew in 2012 that her kidneys were failing. But because of my mom's mental illness,
which is undiagnosed, right?
Which was undiagnosed. At one point, it was diagnosed, and then she was medicated for it. And then, of course, the insidious nature of schizophrenia and paranoia is that you don't believe you need it anymore because your reality is so unbelievably crisp and clear. Everybody else seems like the dumb and the outsider. That's what makes it so unbelievably insidious. I mean, even the closest people to her that had the best things for her, one of the only good things for her,
still the enemy because
enemy.
You can't be trusted.
Yeah, we found out that she trusted no one. We read through this, and she dealt with some really severe mental illness. I don't like turning things into lessons because you're all adults, and you guys can make your own decisions and come to your own conclusions. I will try to pass on some things that I learned. And if you decide to take note of that and then apply it to your life, God bless you. You know, you can use it. But, man, that mental illness thing became kind of I'm not going to say running joke because that would sound so mean and insensitive, you know, and we were never like that with her. But the family just kind of learned to tolerate it. The family just kind of learned to
function within.
To just go, to just understand that that's how Mom was. Mom just kind of believed those things. She hadn't tried to hurt herself. She hadn't done anything malicious. But the malicious that was done to herself. I mean, she never really reached out to hurt anybody else. But this mental illness took the ability for her to seek the help that she would have needed to maintain a longer and healthier life. But because she thought that the diagnosis of kidney issues was part of the giant plan against her,
right,
she never shared that with me because she knew the instant that I found out that she had a diagnosed kidney issue, I would have sat beside her and fed her pills like you feed a dog.
Right.
Like you put them in their throat, you shut their mouth, and you make them eat it. I mean, that's
you rub their throat so they swallow.
You know, not
butter.
to be too graphic, whatever it takes. You'd wrap it up in cheese. We all know.
Right.
So that whole thing, it got to the point where as I'm reading it, and my wife was reading it, and I said, "Man, we just got to take a break on that, man," because you know we knew now for all these years that my mom did know she had health issues, and she chose to ignore them because her mental illness would not allow her to communicate. And even worse is all the times I was saying to you guys that, you know, my mom spent so much time not going to the hospital. I was also saying this to her. I'm like, you know, Mom, these are the things that happen when you don't go to the hospital for year after year after year. And my mom never said a word about it. Like, right, never said a word about it. Never said, Jimmy, I did know. I knew all the time. But I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to hear you telling me how to live my life, which is exactly what would have happened.
Do you feel like you're getting to know her
trust
all
me.
over again? Or is there a sense of not resentment, but anger?
I'm not getting to know her again because the her that she became is not her. I'm beginning to know what she turned into, what the mental illness turned her into, which was basically a hermit that didn't believe or trust anybody. And it also affected her mental state to the point where she carried it in the way she presented herself. It became such an issue to her. And this is something she lived with the reality that no different than you and I drove to work this morning. This reality was that real to her.
Of course.
Her dresser drawers were full of clothing my wife and I had given her over the last 3 or 4 years. They never had the tag taken off of them. You know, name brand, really nice stuff that we got her so she could go to church or whatever. She never put it on. She would always just wear these rags, these dirty jeans and beat up T-shirts and stuff. And we don't know what happened, but she would it just kind of, and you can actually see her writing change. In 2012, my brother had this beautiful ornate cursive like that from Jack. We were talking before the show, like Jack said it perfectly, like from the 50s,
right?
When you were taught penmanship in school, so that it reflected on you that you knew what the F you were doing and talking about. Like when I tell my kids about their grammar, learn how to speak correctly. That way, people don't think you're a dodo immediately
and spell and write.
That way, you get to prove that you're dumb later down the road. You don't tell them right up front you're dumb.
Keep them guessing for a little while.
Yeah, exactly.
My mom had that English royal kind of handwriting.
Yeah, my mom does too.
With a quill. Right. And then you see it deteriorate as the years go forward. By the time it gets 2018, 2019, it doesn't even look like the same person writing.
Wow.
So, if the thing is, if you're out there and you have somebody that you care about that is showing some inklings of those things, man, you got to pay a little bit more attention because they become very savvy of how to maneuver around you because they understand, they think you're working against each other and trying to maintain a facade of happiness. But there's a shell there you got to break through. So if any of that seems familiar to you guys, maybe plan a little bit more action than I did or whatever. I don't know what to tell you. But, it's there and it's real. And I just got to read my mom's history for the last decade of my life, and I didn't know anything. She kept this stuff a complete secret the entire time.
Wow.
God, that's...
And I got to, that, and that's what we did Sunday. We sat there and my wife read that and you give me these updates while we were kind of putting stuff away. And it was just a very bizarre last chapter to my mom's story. It really was. So we will no longer burden you with that stuff anymore. I just thought we would close that up a little bit.
It's not burdening. We're family.
What's coming up for news, or kiddo?
Oh, speaking of burdening, Governor DeSantis threatens fines to local governments mandating vaccines. Security fences are expected to return to the Capitol perimeter ahead of Saturday's protest, and De Beer has been inspired by that famous Chris Christie beach photo. Ooh, yeah. Tip one back. We'll cover that more coming up during Woke News.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back with Deb's News. More of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio. Go on. Tell it. Show that damn thing who's boss.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, the lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry.
A steady ride continues westbound on I-4 this afternoon between Princeton Street and Colonial Drive. We're seeing some slowdowns too now between World Drive and 429. We're up to speed and trouble-free in the eastbound direction. No reported issues there. The beach line's still up to speed. No reported problems on 417, 408 looking good too. Watch for a crash on Curry Ford Road at Chickasaw Trail. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by SmartMouth, the only 24-hour mouthwash with twice daily use.
Date night. You check your texts, your hair, your smile. But wait, did you check your breath? Get SmartMouth, the only mouthwash that provides 24 hours of fresh breath with just 2 rinses a day. Find SmartMouth in the mouthwash aisle at Walgreens or get 20% off at smartmouth.com/radio.
Man, let me tell you something. If you needed AC here in Central Florida, you better be on the phone with just one company. Of course, that's our friends over at Mills Air. Leon left his company years and years ago to do it his way. Did that in 1992, and he started off with honesty and integrity and then started hiring people that felt the same exact way. And turns out he's got one of the best companies all of Central Florida with 60 vans to cover you wherever you are. We love, love, love these guys. And the reason why is they take care of you from the very beginning. They usually have the parts you need on the truck, which means you get fixed immediately. And if you do need a new AC, Carrier Factory Authorized Dealers means up to $2,700 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and for sure, always turn to the team over there at Mills Air. Family owned and operated, ready to help you right now. 407-277-1159. Online, it's easy. MillsAir.com.
Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
The biggest stars from all genres of music will share one stage at our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Moments here from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
2 nights of performances you've never seen before. Streaming free on a CW app and CWTV.com. And listen on iHeartRadio this Friday and Saturday, starting at 10 p.m.
Capital One is a proud partner of the 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to their customers. What's in your wallet?
There's a whole new spin on pumpkin to love at Dunkin'. Sip into fall with a $3 medium pumpkin cream cold brew or a pumpkin spice signature latte. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply. Valid on pumpkin spice signature latte only and all cold foam cold brew.
I want to break free.
Ready to break free? Make your dream vacation a reality with Norwegian Cruise Line and sail to the Caribbean, Europe, and more. With our leading health and safety program, you can cruise with the ultimate freedom and confidence. Book today and enjoy 30% off all cruises, free open bar, and much more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free. Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
IDC's All Tacori Weekend is here. This weekend, your best opportunity to experience the magic of Tacori with exciting incentives. Tacori is the brand above all brands in bridal and fashion. Handcrafted in California by true artisans, Tacori sets the standard. IDC's flying in the entire Tacori collection for this 3-day event, including all new never-seen-before designs with stunning beauty from every angle. And if you purchase any Tacori engagement ring at this event, you'll get 36 months zero-interest financing, plus a $500 gift card on us. Buy the matching band and get another $500. Buy his band and get another $500. $1,500 total. And while you're here, you can match that perfect ring with the most exquisite diamond the world has to offer as IDC opens up the vault, showcasing our largest GIA and Forevermark diamond selection ever. Don't miss this spectacular and unprecedented 3-day event. International Diamond Center's All Tacori Weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, only at IDC. 4 Orlando showrooms on approved credit.
If your grocery delivery is just okay, that's not okay. But good news, now Kroger is here to not just deliver groceries, but over-deliver with freshness guaranteed. And the coolest trucks, literally. They're refrigerated to beat the heat, so your salad always has that farm fresh snap. Sound more than okay? Then order today at Kroger.com. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
For a limited time, you can get $15 off your next 3 orders for savings up to $45. Offer valid with digital coupon while supplies last.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb.
All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs.
Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
O'Reilly. When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. We offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. We'll even bring it out curbside. Or you can have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Today, I'll prepare my family's favorite dish, arroz con pollo, with tomatoes, onions, corn, and...
Instead of green peas, let's try edamame to see how it turns out. And instead of white rice, 2 cups of Mahatma Basmati rice. Why not? Shh, Grandma better not hear me. Rejuvenate traditions with the fluffy texture and aromatic flavor of Mahatma rice. For those who don't follow the recipe, unfollow la receta with Mahatma rice.
In 4 days, the biggest names in music come together on one stage to make history at our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival in Vegas. Cheap Trick, Coldplay, Journey, Weezer, and so many more. Don't miss these once-in-a-lifetime moments as they happen live. Listen live Friday and Saturday night on the iHeartRadio Music Festival station exclusively on the free iHeart app. Number 1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one.
O'Reilly.
It's O Rewards Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts, where you can earn double, triple, even up to 5 times O Rewards points on select purchases. Get bonus points on more than 200 items throughout the store, like wiper blades, fuel system cleaners, motor oil, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Trust the leaders. FAS Windows and Doors. Go to FASWD.com.
Real Radio 104.1.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch, if you're into that kind of thing, at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in on this beautiful Monday afternoon here in Central Florida. Hope the weather's good where you are, and if not, I hope it gets better. And I hope you have a wonderful week as well. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross sit right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
The
seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
Our dancing queen.
Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. He's also host of the Home Loans Radio Show. You had someone text us at 77031 wondering where my dancing video is. It's on Facebook. All right, Governor Ron DeSantis is threatening fines to local governments who mandate COVID-19 vaccines to their workers. The announcement came from Gainesville, where city employees, about 200 first responders, are also suing over the mandate where you either get vaccinated or you have to look for another job. The governor says that the fines will be $5,000. He also mentioned that the new law passed by the legislature that keeps businesses and local governments from demanding vaccine passports. That law does not prevent those places from requiring employees to get vaccinated, though. So, and again, there's a lot of federal precedent. It'll be interesting to see how many local governments are going to continue. I don't know. They're kind of between a rock and a hard place, right?
Yeah, they are. I mean, of all.
I wish I understood constitutional law better.
of all people, I mean, Bill Maher has had a really unique take on this about the vaccination, and having a difficult time with people losing their job because they don't want to take a medicine that they're not so sure of. Encroaching on their freedom of making that choice, and that's a really unique argument to come from a guy like that identifies solely as being on the left hand side, which you would think would be vax everything, trees,
right.
Whatever. But this is one of the most difficult arguments. I mean, Ross uses the term perfect argument all the time, and this, to me, is one of those perfect arguments because you can make a valid reason on both sides of why you're right.
Right.
It's
legally, though, I did send you guys that political argument about the Supreme Court decision made in 1905 against
about polio.
No, it was smallpox.
Smallpox.
It was smallpox. It was a minister who was originally from Sweden. He had a horrible reaction to a vaccine as an infant. So when he came to the United States, he thought he was had the full weight of the U.S. Constitution behind him. And the Supreme Court that year ruled 7-2 that an individual's liberty does not subjugate everyone else's when it comes to public health. So again, it's a political article that just takes us back 100 or so years to show that we have been down this road before. All right, this is an interesting. There are nearly 24 people injured following an incident at a South Florida casino.
Oh, man.
According to Hollywood fire rescue officials, a fire suppression unit being installed exploded and burst through the drywall.
Good God.
Yeah, casino spokesman Gary Bittner says a piece of equipment fell through the roof. They also say 6 people were taken to the hospital, thankfully none with life-threatening injuries, 20 others treated at the scene. The building was evacuated, and there's no word on when the casino will reopen.
I'd like to think, though, that there's some sweet 85-year-old grandma at the slots, and she pulls the lever, and the explosion goes off, and there's that quick moment. She's like, I did something bad.
Or extremely good.
Exactly.
Sometimes the slot machines you can't tell.
Exactly.
I thought the lever was just going to make the thing spin.
Right.
I should have put all max coins in, damn it.
Listen, SpaceX's first all-civilian space flight is another couple of steps closer to reality. A full dress rehearsal of the launch and a static fire test of the Falcon 9 rocket was completed Sunday night. Teams from SpaceX and the Inspiration 4 mission are targeting a 5-hour launch window from Cape Canaveral beginning at around 8 p.m. Wednesday. U.S. Space Force forecasters are predicting a 70% chance of favorable weather for the launch. But even better than that, Jim Colbert Show has a way for you to actually be there in person. Unbelievable place to see this launch.
I think it's the closest you can see.
It is.
It's the closest you can get as a civilian, correct?
It is. It's from the Apollo Saturn V Center. We've been there.
Yeah.
It's the closest viewing. It's 3.9 miles from the launch pad. Right?
It's like you're under the thing when it goes up.
Literally.
You're going to feel it. It's going to be awesome. It's a pair of tickets valued at $500. We don't have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 pair to give away.
What?
So this is how it's going to happen. Today for trivia, the winner gets to go. Tomorrow for trivia, the winner gets to go. The other 2 pair you can find on Instagram. Jim Colbert Show on Instagram. Find the post, follow us, like the post, and we will select the winner tomorrow. The other one is on Real Radio's Instagram. follow Real Radio,
Bad.
like the post, and we will draw a winner from each.
Badass.
Super badass.
That experience, that's next level. That's you have to be part of the program to get closer.
Seriously.
These are so good, we thought about throwing on a best of Wednesday and just taking the tickets for ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not.
And you guys didn't realize that
should
was
have
a
never mentioned
possibility.
that. That's going to happen now.
It's so close that the name of the package is called Feel the Heat Launch Viewing Package.
Oh my God.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, you'd have to be on the rocket to have a better view.
You can always, if you want to get your own tickets, you can always do it. Explore more at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Cool. So again, all the way through Wednesday, 4 pair of tickets. All right, efforts to fill important school openings in Orange County are continuing. Another job fair was held today to find more school bus drivers after a disappointing turnout last week. We talked about this job fair, but on Friday, now officials are hoping to fill positions. They need 100 drivers in Orange County. 19 applicants showed up last week. So organizers... 19.
And they needed 400?
No, they need 100.
Oh, my God.
But they only had 19 show up.
Horrible.
And what's happening is that kids are getting to school late because buses are having to run double and triple routes. So you've got a kid walking into school hour and a half late. Parents are saying this has trickle-down effects. So organizers say they're offering a $3,500 signing bonus to anyone hired before October 8th.
$3,500 to drive a school bus.
To drive a school bus. Just get hired by Orange County before October 8th, and they'll give you $3,500 signing bonus.
Good Lord, man.
That's also how bad middle schoolers are.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right,
Exactly.
And it should be 7.
Every time I think
be
about that,
$7,000.
I think of Jack saying how they're the worst human beings on the planet.
They are the worst.
Oh,
and everybody who has one knows we're telling you the truth.
Exactly.
It should be $3,500 per kid on your bus is what it should be.
Well, they're also going to be holding another hiring event on September 20th at Bear Bryant Drive in Orlando.
Yeah, I got to tell you, as a broadcaster, I actually expected to see a wave of advertising for clients, but we haven't seen it.
No.
I mean, or for employees.
Drivers, yeah.
For employees, for a lot of companies. I mean, sometimes the clients we have, whether it be Mills or Rebath, sometimes they'll say, hey, look, we're short on employees. Tack this onto the spot. So, tell people we're hiring. We haven't had that from them, but those people have had the same employees for many, many years. But we expected to hear some of that, but have not. So,
well,
but I know that it's still everybody's hiring.
Everybody's hiring. Literally, everybody is hiring. All right, a special ceremony in Tallahassee is marking Florida's Missing Children's Day, and a report shows that last year there were 19 Amber Alerts and 18 recoveries.
Wow, that's good.
So when you get that Amber Alert on your phone or whatever, it wakes you up or it scares you, that just be aware though that they are making a difference. 33 missing children and 30 recoveries. Officials say that the recoveries are credited to the Florida Alert System, and authorities recommend that parents regularly check their children's social media accounts and try to be extra vigilant. Because, the predators are always one step ahead of the parents. All right, the University of Florida ranks high in a new report for top schools in the nation. U.S. News and World Report ranked the school in a 5th place tie with the University of California, Santa Barbara, and the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
Nice.
Now, 4 years ago, the Gators became the first in the state to make the top 10 list. Rankings were based on graduation rates, class sizes, admissions, selectivity, and faculty pay. Princeton University was the country's top school for the 11th straight time. Elsewhere in the Sunshine State, Florida State came in at number 19. The University of South Florida in Tampa came in at number 46. And the University of Central Florida is ranked 67th. Top 100. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of universities, a cat is alive thanks to an American flag at the Miami Hurricanes football game Saturday.
All right.
During the contest between the Canes and Appalachian State, many fans' attention turned away from the gridiron when they noticed a cat dangling from the upper deck at Hard Rock Stadium. Kitten was so scared he peed on everyone below him.
Okay.
Multiple videos on social media show the cat fall But luckily caught by an American flag a fan had bought to the game. It was zip tied to the front. They saw the cat dangling. They ripped the flag from the zip ties and made a little...
Oh, like a little catch thing like back in the 40s?
Exactly. And they caught the cat. They even held it up for the crowd to see that the cat survived. The fan that caught the cat says he doesn't know where the cat is now, but he does believe it's someone's pet because it had a collar on. And if you'd like to check out the video for yourself, Jack, where can they go?
JimColbertLive.com. You can see all the drama from 2 different angles. And again, the cat survived. So it's
like Jack gives the disclaimer in a 9-camera shoot.
It's guilt-free viewing.
There you go.
I wish I was there just to experience that drunk atmosphere because the everyone, the thousands of people that are invested in this cat just lose their mind.
They do.
And it looks really fun.
Nothing on the field was more important than what was happening with that cat.
I followed the social media of this all weekend. They not only had the video, they also gave a shout out to the Canes play-by-play announcer who covered the antics of the cat while never missing any of the action on the field.
That's funny.
It's great audio as well.
And there's that point where the cat is like cliffhanger, Stallone style, one paw, one claw.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it drops and everyone gasps and then there they are.
And then they lose their mind when they hold the cat up.
That sounds like the motto for a cat biker gang. One claw, one all.
Yeah, there you go. One paw, one claw. Tropical Storm Nicholas, about 70 miles southeast of Corpus Christi, Texas. The storm has maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour, and the National Hurricane Center says flash flooding, dangerous storm surge, and gusty winds are all expected along the coast. I mean, even Houston, let's hope they're not looking for a repeat of what happened there. The last time when they had that 40 inches when that tropical system moved through. Meanwhile, President Biden is making his way to California today to survey wildfire damage. He's also set to address the federal response to the fires and climate change. His first stop today was Boise, Idaho, where he said firefighters have the full support of his administration. And speaking of climate change, not acting on it could have massive consequences when it comes to future migration.
All right.
That's according to the World Bank, which says more than 200 million people could be forced to migrate within their own countries by 2050.
Because of rising water?
Rising water. Think of the wildfires out west.
Yeah.
I mean, every year.
Right, yeah, every year.
Every year, you've got to pack up and get ready to evacuate at any moment. That had a new fire explode over the weekend. And that Calder fire, I mean, it's just...
Yeah, I saw a photograph out of Los Angeles in 2005. That's when my wife and I are out there for our honeymoon. And as we're driving out of the city, headed back to Vegas, it was on fire.
Right.
And there's a photograph at dusk, and it looked like the same exact highway we're on, and the mountains are all just glowing orange. That is not photographed. I literally did that same exact thing. And my wife and I at one point were kind of marveling at the fact that we are literally driving through an active forest fire, and we're still in traffic. We're still bumper to bumper, waiting here just to burn to death.
Well, did you by any chance take that as a foreshadow, or were you did I marry the right person?
No. I never
looked. Our honeymoon's on fire.
Right, exactly.
Exactly. The honeymoon's on fire.
In the middle of an El Nino as well.
Yeah. Well, but it's not just, okay, then think of rising water. Think of the people in the Keys who've already been told, when the water comes, we can't save your house.
Right, yeah.
Because we can't save the roads that go to your house. So you're just going to have to figure out another place to live. So you've got that. Then you've got the people in the Southwest, those towns in Utah that have stopped all building permits because there's no more water.
There's no water, right?
There's no water. So that's part of the reasons, too. The world's poorest parts, of course, are expected to feel the brunt of the impact as climate migration, quote, hotspots could pop up by 2030. The report says the largest number of migrants would be in sub-Saharan Africa, East Asia, and the Pacific. And speaking of oceans, there's now a beer inspired by that famous photo of former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie sitting on a closed beach.
Nice.
The Icarus Brewing Company out of Lakewood, New Jersey. Where is that, Jack? Is that anywhere near Hoboken?
Lakewood? I don't know.
Came up with a new ale called Private Beach with a picture of Christie sitting seaside.
That's funny.
If you... New Jersey Advanced Media took a photo of Christie sitting on Island Beach State Park on the 4th of July weekend back in 2017, despite the the fact that he had to close all of the state beaches and state parks because of a budget standoff.
Mm-hmm.
The first batch of the beers sold out within a few days.
Well, I'm sure it did.
And now you all are officially woke.
Not a good look.
Not a good look at all.
Either using the beaches that you had to close or Christy in the bathing suit.
Bathing suit on the beach, man. Have some mercy.
That's a terrible coin flip.
And now you all are officially woke, and Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Hopefully you were able to give him a listen Saturday when he's host of the Home Loans Radio Show. But the bottom line is, if you have any questions at all about refinancing a mortgage or qualifying for a mortgage to get that dream home, all you need to do is go to homeloansradio.com. Click apply now and get pre-approved today. And that's going to afford you the opportunity to work with the best in Central Florida. And that someone is Don. No time off work, no sitting in traffic, just homeloansradio.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends, this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
This Real Radio 104.1 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
Hey everybody, Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King now. Fox 35 Storm Center. Your forecast update for Central Florida on this Monday is as follows. Partly cloudy skies, isolated late morning showers. Then we'll see the chance coming up to about 40% after 2 p.m. Scattered showers, a few isolated storms. East winds 5 to 10. Hot and humid, highs today at 91. Partly cloudy, warm, muggy tonight. We'll keep it dry with light winds. Your Tuesday and Wednesday offered up highs near 90. Some of you only in the upper 80s with rain chance at 50 to 60%. A scattering of afternoon showers and storms and lows in the mid-70s. For Fox 35, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Hitting speed bumps in your hiring process? Streamline your route to hired with Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates, all in the same place. Find your next great hired and visit Indeed.com/credit.
$255 used to be a common power bill in the summer for me before I got solar. This summer, my power bill was $255 for June, July, and August combined, thanks to the solar panels on my roof. How many power bills are you going to pay before you go to solarsource.com? Solar Source can help. They've been doing it the longest in Central Florida with over 60,000 systems installed in our area since 1984. So it's a company you can trust with an industry-leading 25-year warranty. Plus, even if you have a system already that wasn't installed by Solar Source, their service team can restore any system to peak performance. Learning about solar for your home should not be pressure and sales tactics. Solar Source is there to be a reliable resource with over 30 years of experience, so you feel comfortable trusting them with your home. Get your free savings estimate today. Just go to the website, solarsource.com. It all starts right there. When you do, tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you. It's solarsource.com for the free savings estimate. When it comes to power, trust the source. Solar Source.
So, what are you sipping? Whether it's our freshly ground coffee to wake you up or an icy Polar Pop cup or Froster to keep you going, our new Sip and Save drink subscription at Circle K will keep you refreshed every day. Join Circle K's Sip and Save and grab any size drink every day for just $5.99 a month. Yeah! Start sipping and saving today. Just sign up with your mobile number when you check out at Circle K. Limited time offer at participating locations.
It's Super Cash time at Old Navy. Right now, redeem your $10 in Super Cash and save $10 on every $25 purchase. Use it on everything, even everyday magic deals. Go to Old Navy or OldNavy.com and redeem your Super Cash today. Valid 9/11 to 9/19. Excludes gift cards, face masks, and clearance. See OldNavy.com/supercash for more details.
Right from the start, we've always been on the go. And once we got going, we never slowed down. So for the past 100 years at Pep Boys, we've kept our promise to keep you moving. And we plan on keeping it for at least 100 more. Pep Boys, we go further to help you go farther. Now through September 30th, buy 3, get 1 free plus free installation on select Kumho tires. See pepboys.com for complete details.
fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything, which means having fast Wi-Fi matters. A lot. That's why Xfinity offers gig speed Wi-Fi, the fastest Wi-Fi you can get. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids, especially if there's 1 kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in, because fast Wi-Fi makes everything better. Now through October 11th, ask how to get a special offer of $300 back when you get gig speed internet, or get started with up to 50 megabits per second download speed for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Click, call, or visit an Xfinity store today. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and compatible gateway. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Offer requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/11/21. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply.
Marcus by Goldman Sachs offers personal loans with no fees, ever. Banks offer coffee. So what's more important? A Marcus by Goldman Sachs loan with no fees that could help consolidate debt, or bank coffee that tastes like bank coffee. You can money. Visit Marcus.com to learn more about saving, borrowing, and investing from Marcus by Goldman Sachs.
Investing involves risk and investments may lose value. Brokerage and investment advisory services by Goldman Sachs & Company, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. Lending and deposits products provided by Goldman Sachs Bank USA. Member FDIC.
When I lost my Chase debit card, I was like... But I locked my card on my Chase mobile app, and that feels like... That's what security feels like. Card locked.
Check and lock down your money with security from Chase. Control feels good. Learn more at chase.com/banking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Enroll in Chase online or on the Chase mobile app. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
O'Reilly.
When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. We offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. We'll even bring it out curbside. Or you can have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey Orlando, this is Paul Anka for PDQ.
PDQ from start to closing, afternoon to night. Made to order, never frozen, with love in every bite. Quality that's fast and fresh, that's our pledge to you. For chicken just made so much better, count on PDQ.
This year full of real radio is brought to you by Klausman Law. Car crash? Call Glenn Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com.
The good news? You can watch us too. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. That's how you text us. It's easy. Technology's good. Solid.
We read them all the time.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well.
You just jebbed her.
You just jebbed me again.
I got a couple things to talk to Steve about today. I can't wait to talk to Stephen Kramer today because there's a number of things that are interesting about my mom's estate that we need to get worked out. I got to ask him a bunch of stuff about this because, we were not able to get a power of attorney before Mom, passed. So we have some interesting things. We found out she does have a savings account. It doesn't have a ton of money in it, but it's enough to work, enough to go and, and find out how it's going to be in probate. But the number one thing is we have her Jeep and it's titled in her name. I mean, we can put insurance on it and get the tag renewed and things, but we need to get the title changed. So I have a bunch of questions for him today. I'm going to rack his brain today.
Free legal advice.
That's right. I'm going to use that relationship today fully.
That Jeep actually would probably serve you well right now because
it
you'd
is.
have a daily driver while you fix up your hot rod.
Well, it is until my wife's car comes in. But right now, like she's driving it every day because like I have all the suspension parts at the house right now ready to be put on. But I mean, we can't stop using it because her car doesn't come in until November. So we got to wait quite a while until we get that. So she'll be driving that back and forth, and then I will get it. But I want it in her name, so that way we can have it. 407-916-1041. So this launch thing we have going, Jack dropped this bomb on me right before we came on the air today. By the way, Brandon Kraft is coming up at 4:20 with sports. NFL kicks off this weekend. And some UCF football news as well. So talk a little bit about that plus some FSU stuff too. But yeah, this space thing is crazy. So they're launching to Wednesday. It's the first manned.
It's all civilian.
It's all civilian, and the commander even is just like a billionaire guy. Like he bought his position as the commander there, and then everybody else, I think there's a student in there, a couple students, and they're going to fly that thing up on Wednesday. It looks pretty good. Like right after the show is when it launches. But our thing is, because our relationship with those guys is so good, and it is unbelievably good. We love the people over at the Space Center. Absolutely adore them, and that's why we're able to get these really special situations. And this thing we have right now, you get to go to the Saturn V area or the Saturn launch area and watch it from less than 4 miles away.
So Ross, is it true that the name of the package is Feel the Heat?
Yeah, Feel the Heat. It's it's wild. Me, Jack, and Deb all went to the same location, and it changed me.
Oh, you feel it, right?
You feel it. You feel it. You everything.
Smell it.
Every sense. I'll never forget seeing it go, and then all of a sudden the rattles of the building that I'm in,
and how long it took the sound to match what you were looking at. It was the craziest launch experience of my life.
Did it feel like a little bit of? I've never been in actually, I have been in a tiny bit of a tremor of an earthquake, which is the weirdest thing ever, by the way. Did it feel like that a little bit, like the whole foundation was moving?
I would say so.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I know I was moving.
I mean, you watch the water in front of it. I mean, the water.
Oh, yeah. So cool.
The water moves.
Like a T-Rex Jurassic
exactly.
Park of water.
The puddles go doop.
What is that on? Is that...
There's a Steven Spielberg
lagoon
movie?
there?
Is it the lagoon? Yeah, there's something, but that body of water, you watch it move as the launch is happening, as that concussive wave comes at you. It's just amazing.
The Feel the Heat launch viewing package that we're giving away today, tomorrow, and also on our Instagram, Jim Colbert Show Instagram, Real Radio Instagram, you can register both places for a shot to win. You get the viewing from the Apollo Saturn V Center, 3.9 miles from the launch pad. You watch liftoff as the rocket leaves the pad. 2-day admission to the visitor complex in the event of a scrub. Real-time launch commentary, complimentary meal, commemorative souvenirs, digital photo of your party. To get close to the action and buy launch viewing packages, you can go to KennedySpaceCenter.com. How about that?
Damn.
Dude, you didn't say all that stuff.
Well, we didn't.
We could throw on a commercial. Let's throw on a repeat.
Like
Wednesday.
Why are we giving them away though?
Yeah. So here's the deal.
We just gave a bunch of stuff away.
No. The last show we did from Kennedy Space Center, we'll put that on Wednesday.
Oh, they'll never know.
Yeah, and then we'll just go there.
So tempting.
Yep.
So tempting.
I just want to join in on the murmur
too.
Yeah.
Come on.
We're trying to keep it out because the listeners here that we're thinking about doing this.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
No. So anyway, we'll give them away. Trivia today, trivia tomorrow, and on Instagram.
As soon as I show up to the murmur, everyone leaves.
Where'd you guys go? You make it weird.
If you're part of the murmur, you don't talk about the murmur.
I'm not talking about the murmur.
You came in talking about the murmur.
No, I asked if I could be part of the murmur, and you guys were like, "Yeah, man, that's."
Are you guys high?
That's talking about the murmur.
So, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear someone because they aren't part of the murmur because they didn't ask to be part of the murmur.
Jack, how do you get involved in this thing?
Win our trivia or go to Instagram, Jim Colbert Show on Instagram. Find the post, like it, and follow us there, or Real Radio's Instagram, or you can just buy them at KennedySpaceCenter.com. This is, as Deb mentioned, the first all-civilian mission commanded by Jared Isaacman, founder and chief executive officer of Shift 4 Payments, and a pilot and adventurer.
Yeah, that sounds like someone I want to put my life in their hands.
Inspiration 4. Inspiration 4 will carry a crew of 4 into low Earth orbit for multiple days. The mission's goal is to raise awareness and funds for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So a great cause there. About the commander, Jared Isaacman, he founded the U.S. payment processing company as a 16-year-old, is the latest billionaire entrepreneur to set his sights on the stars after Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos both blasted into space this summer.
But they're orbiting, right? I mean, they're going to be up there for a little bit,
Several
right?
days.
Yeah, they're going to be up there for 2 or 3 days. This is not like you're riding to the edge so it feels funny in your stomach. I mean, this is a legit mission.
I
mean, they're doing
face
stuff.
pressed to the window.
Right,
Let me back!
This is going to be good enough to piss Bezos really
Yeah,
that's what it really is.
He and the crew will use a modified version of SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft fitted with a viewing, they say, cupola, to orbit Earth multiple days in an altitude of more than 341 miles before splashing down off the Florida coast.
Wow. Splashing down. They're not going.
That's the real deal.
This is not the Elon Musk one, right?
Yeah, no. It is. No, it is the Elon Musk SpaceX, but it's the rocket booster that lands. The capsule that the people go in will splash down into the Gulf.
So you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're thinking of
Bezos.
Bezos.
Bezos one.
Origin. Blue Origin?
Blue Origin.
Yeah, but the body of the spacecraft landed, the booster landed, their capsule landed independently.
Yeah,
on
that's
that.
right, because they had the big balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, we sound scientific.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably stop this now.
See how much we've learned with this great relationship? I mean, we have access to all of it. Can't figure it out.
All that information. You guys want to join me back in the murmur?
No, man.
KennedySpaceCenter.com.
You ruined the murmur.
I didn't ruin the murmur. The murmur is nice and cozy.
The murmur sounds like an ASMR thing.
Yeah.
Little
creepy.
Oh, my God. Have you guys used your, what'd you do that's new other than the time it was prescribed or it was the
sleep music?
Yeah. Oh, my God, dude. That stuff is unreal. That's like speaker Xanax. I turned on the entire live version of it last night because with some of the other YouTube videos, they have like a moon and it's bright. Like when it comes on, it's really bright on your TV. Yeah. Do the live version where they're just doing it in the music hall. I forget where it is. I forget where it is. But they recorded it live all 8 hours. And you can put it on and the room it's always the same thing. Jesus, man.
Really?
It's unfair. Like, and here's like, I mean, 3 notes in.
It was just the commercial.
3 notes in.
And Chris has asked, he's like, maybe we should put that piano music on again.
Oh, man, it is so good. If you haven't checked it out, it's called Max Richter.
Yeah.
And it's just called Sleep. It's an 8-hour thing scientifically designed to put you to sleep. And it does work. Boy, it gave me a good ass kicking last night. I mean, it could have been the pills and alcohol, too. All right, 407-916-1041.
The home of real talk and effective tools for self-care. What is that sensation? It's called optimism. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, the lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry.
We're seeing a Stabigo volume from a crash northbound on 417 between I Drive and John Young Parkway. Road rangers on scene in the right lane. Heads up here. Eastbound travel on I-4 is also heavy. The right lane is blocked from an accident between Lake Mary Rest Area and Lake Mary Boulevard. We're also slow between Princeton Street and Lee Road. Westbound I-4 slow too near Colonial Drive. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. You may have heard that Allstate has new low auto rates, but isn't it time to see for yourself? With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
And if you're thinking about a new security system, maybe upgrading the system you have, I strongly recommend my friends over at SafeTouch Security. SafeTouch has the two-way communicator. It's a game changer. You always have a live operator 24/7 and the fastest emergency response available. That's right. It gives you burglars less time to do anything they want. And that's why when you hear the commercials like they don't mess with Safe Touch houses, the reason why is because burglars know the two-way communicator gives instant access to the homeowner. There's no calling to verify the alarm or texting you. You do it right there live with the command center. That's why you get the fastest, safest alarm in the business. It is Safe Touch. And that advanced package starts about $1.50 a day. You can't lose. All of it backed up by a lifetime parts and labor warranty, guaranteed response, and 24/7 customer service. And even better, if you have an existing alarm that's not being monitored, Safe Touch can monitor that alarm and give you a lifetime warranty for $0 down, only $29.95 a month, and no phone line is necessary. Simply go to safetouch.com or call 888-723-8682. Again, that's safetouch.com. State license EF233.
It's back to school time, so that means you're going to be going to Racetrack, or at least I do. On the way to school, my daughter's like, do you want some crazy good coffee from Racetrack? I'm like, yes, I do. And I go there and we get something. And then at lunch, at the way home, she's like, I'd love an empanada. And I'm like, oh, let's go. And I get something there too. After piano practice, she says, do you want to get a pizza? You can get a whole pizza at Racetrack. She knows how to get me to Racetrack because there's so many awesome things at Racetrack. It's what they do. They want you to just go in there and grab whatever gets you going.
It's an unprecedented diamond buying opportunity at International Diamond Center. 3 days only, this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. IDC is rolling out the largest selection of hand-picked diamonds ever seen here. And you can buy like a dealer buys. Choose from thousands of GIA and Forever Mark diamonds. These are the best of the best, certified by the world's top gem labs. Rare, precious diamonds at prices never seen before. Rounds, princess cuts, emerald cuts, cushion cuts, ovals, from 1 carat to 20 carats, all on sale. Don't be surprised to see jewelry store owners and diamond brokers shopping at this event. It's IDC's largest and most aggressive public diamond buying event ever. And if that wasn't enough, we're offering 3 years, 0 interest financing on any diamond purchase. Plus, for these 3 days, you get extra savings and incentives on all engagement ring mountings, including Tacori. Don't miss this amazing opportunity. An open to the public multi-million-dollar diamond buying event. Next weekend only. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. And only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando showrooms on approved credit.
There's a whole new spin on pumpkin to love at Dunkin'. Sip into fall with a $3 medium pumpkin cream cold brew or a pumpkin spice signature latte. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply. Valid on pumpkin spice signature latte only and all cold foam cold brew.
Welcome to Wawa. Would you like to try our new paninis?
This spicy Italian garlic panini looks so crunchy, melty. But Phil, your dad was a hoagie man. His dad was a hoagie man. You are a hoagie man. You know what? Today, I'm a panini guy.
Switch up your routine with Wawa's delicious and crunchy breakfast and lunch paninis. Choose your favorite, like Southwest Turkey or a Chipotle Bacon Egg Panini. Available at Wawa. Now when you think dinner, think Wawa. Wawa's got everyone's cravings covered with endless dinner options, including the new double cheeseburger with double the beef patties, double your choice of cheese, and if you'd like, double the bacon. Top it with fresh veggies or don't top it at all. And while you're at it, throw in a side of fries. However you do dinner, Wawa's got you covered. Enjoy dinner your way. Available every day starting at 4 p.m. at Wawa.
Hello, Orlando. It's time to meet Off-Lease Only Express. It's the hassle-free option to buying a car from your home. Off-Lease Only, the name you know and trust, is offering the same high-quality, nearly new cars, most priced thousands below retail, with a new way to buy a car that is fast and convenient. First, go to their website, offleaseonly.com. They've made it super easy for you to browse and choose from over 4,000 cars. Once you've selected your car, click on Express. You can even trade in your vehicle with just a couple of clicks. In just a few no-hassle steps, you can start your Express car deal online and choose either the finish in one of their 5 convenient locations or complete the deal entirely from your home. Then enjoy your new wheels, saving you tons of time and money. That comes with a 5-day, 500-mile exchange policy. Leave the stress behind and find peace of mind with Off-Lease Only Express. The hassle-free, fully transparent option to buying a car from home. Start today by visiting offleaseonly.com.
Right from the start, we've always been on the go. And once we got going, we never slowed down. So for the past 100 years at Pep Boys, we've kept our promise to keep you moving. And we plan on keeping it for at least 100 more. Pep Boys, we go further to help you go farther. Now through September 30th, buy 3, get 1 free plus free installation on select Kumho tires. See pepboys.com for complete details.
Trust the leaders. FAS Windows and Doors. Go to FASWD.com.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries, call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. If you haven't heard, we're giving away some cool stuff. Trivia today, trivia tomorrow. Instagram for the Jim Colbert Show and Instagram on Real Radio. Follow us all there. We have some passes to go see the launch on Wednesday that you simply cannot pass up. About a $500 value. Yeah, what's going on?
Just wondering when the 90s returned.
Yeah, just right now. You guys have heard so many shortages. By the way, Brandon Kravitz up in about 15, 20 minutes with sports. It's kind of an interesting story. As I was writing trivia today, I found this little factoid out, and then I pulled this story to talk about, not even realizing until this break that they actually have something to do with each other. Now, we've heard about shortages, right? What have we heard about shortages in all over the world right now?
Yeah, chips.
Microchips are the ones, or the conductor chips, or the semiconductor chips are the ones we're hearing about shutting down the auto industry.
Shipping containers.
Shipping containers, another one.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Employees.
Paper towels.
Employees.
Yeah. Well, there's another shortage coming. Actually, a number of them that you need to prepare yourselves for because of a lot of things. And one of those things is going to affect this company owned by a woman named Lauren Rash. It's a company called Diamond Brand. And Diamond Brand makes high quality, kind of, they call it for the discerning camper.
Peanuts? That was with a T?
For the discerning camper.
I'm not even going to comment on what you just said.
I didn't think I hit the T hard enough, so I felt like it needed clarification.
No, this is a product that's made that's going to be in shortage, and it's a very interesting reason why. Diamond Brand makes custom tent. And it's a hard wall tent. It's not like a pop tent like you see or you take camping. These are like living structures with like canvas sides that have a lining. Like you could set this up as a cabin in the woods and it would last. I mean, they're like they go from $2,000 to $7,000 for this tent. And the reason why there's a problem is because there's a shortage with an invention that was invented on this day, I think in 1955, by a Swedish engineer.
Aluminum rods.
Who was walking through a field, and when he got to the end of the field, he noticed something unique on his pants. And it led to a
Velcro.
Velcro is the answer.
Yeah, because it was the burrs on his pants, right?
It's the they call it hook and loop. We know it as Velcro, but hook and loop technology is the technology that was invented. And of course, everybody knows all the applications of Velcro. Jesus.
Grandpa shoes.
Everywhere. I mean, from home uses to clothing uses, military uses, scientific uses. It is unbelievably valuable. And believe it or not, there is a shortage of Velcro, but not just any Velcro. It's black Velcro that's a problem. And here's why. Because Velcro comes from certain factories, and what do women know? Black isn't always black, is it?
No.
No, it's not. There are many blacks, but I would say, hey, yeah, that's black. Well, what kind of black? Well, it's black. Was it softer black? Is it grayer black? Or is it
charcoal black?
Right, exactly.
Is it midnight black?
So when you're building these tents, they require hundreds of feet of high-quality Velcro. But the problem is she can't order her Velcro from like 2 or 3 different places because the blacks aren't the same. You could get a black that comes in and they're sewing half the tent, and then they get the order of Velcro, go right to it, and go to sew it, and it's a completely different shade altogether. Another company that you can look for a major change is a company that Ross and I really like. Deb used to like it as well.
Used to like it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, she used to like it until, I don't know, about a year ago.
Oh, what'd you quit a year ago, Deb? Miniatures, house, renting?
No, I've just started, I have No idea.
Yeah, you kind of stopped drinking about a year ago, didn't you? And then you kind of put that down for
whiskey.
Yeah, it's whiskey,
fell
right?
out of love with whiskey.
And that's what I was saying, right? So Brown Forsman is the company that runs a number of bourbons, Woodford Reserve being one of them.
Oh, wow.
They have a glass problem. They can't get bottles. They're saying there is a massive glass shortage as well, that companies are having a difficult time just simply finding bottles to put their product in.
That is crazy.
Right. Everything from bulldozers to bourbon, they say, are being affected here. Supply chains are going through a really difficult time right now. Jack Daniels and Woodford Reserve both going through issues just getting glass bottles to put their product in. Aluminum formed into shapes, aluminum poles.
Wasn't wrong.
A woman says, another woman who makes something like a chair, like the tent lady, she says, I've got 150 or so of these things put together and ready to be sold, except it's missing 2 of the aluminum tubes that have been on back order for months. Her order is backed up for months.
And
it is, it's disrupted and caused some real issues. And those are just a few. Zippers.
Oh.
Zippers are a problem. It's hard to find zippers right now of certain kinds, like the real heavy-duty, big-time zippers. They can't make them fast enough.
Are we all going to end up Amish?
No, I'm thinking, but this could lead to a wave of recycling where we find ways around it.
Repurpose, reuse, recycle.
Let me ask you the question. I got to tell you, what Deb said is very interesting. One of the reasons I brought this up is exactly what you just said. Very perceptive. What is wrong with the idea? God, this is going to sound so...
Probably not.
That's what it's going to sound like when I say it.
I doubt it.
Velcro shoes. That's what it's going to sound like.
Can anybody else picture a life where what it used to look like? I mean, when I say used to look like, I mean maybe even in the early 1900s, but with super high connectivity? I mean, can you not see that? We've talked about these Zoom towns, where as long as you have a high-speed internet connection, as long as you're able to get online and do your job, that little areas, little enclaves of the country that offer a lot of really cool stuff, but not much industry, now those places have become targets for people who can do their work from home. Because now they can have their cake and eat it too. They can have their high-paying job, their big-time tech job, their IT job, their analyst job, and they can live in the mountains in South Carolina on 20 acres of land on the side of a mountain. As long as they can get good internet, they're fine.
And because of this pandemic, Jack, and like you saying, we'll just have to find a way, you're going to have to pivot and find a way around it. I've noticed in some of my catalogs now, what's becoming really trendy is repurposed wood.
Oh, yeah.
Repurposed wood, recycled glass made into these, glass jars to display in your home. So I'm noticing a lot in the home trend is reclaimed, and it's some really nice styles.
I got to tell you, I think this may actually start spurring an odd trend. And we've seen it in the millennials with gardening.
Well, yeah, right? How about the shoes made from the plastic they pulled out of the ocean? I would spend extra money to buy shoes that they could confirm came from that, to show me a way for us to take what is killing our planet as a way of, instead of harvesting new resources to make those tennis shoes, use that plastic. I would buy that.
From killing the planet to killing your feet.
Yeah, the thing is, though, I mean, this millennial crew that I see, I mean, they're lower impact. Like, I don't hear a lot of people your age talking about having 5,000 square foot homes. Yeah, it's actually the other way around. They're talking about a smaller footprint with a lot more travel and personal experiences. That idea of that 80s thing that we went through, and then partly in the 90s, where it's like, more cars, bigger houses.
Right. Even the suits were bigger.
Right. Yeah. That thing is kind of gone. And I think, that your generation actually is becoming more self-sufficient with that fleet farming idea and the idea of recycling. I think, you could be on the cusp of a massive social change, specifically in this country.
Jim, you know how much okra I got in my backyard? I got a lot of okra. And guess what I'm going to do to that okra?
You better fry it.
I'm going to pickle it.
You better fry it.
I will pickle my okra.
I show you how to fry that okra. You won't even think about pickling it.
But speaking of that,
live longer.
I wish more communities did something like that. I remember when I used to visit England, and Camberley, there was this lot that was turned into a community garden, and everybody had their own little plot. They grew whatever they wanted to, vegetables, fruits, flowers. I love that idea of, like, I've seen in some towns, there's that trend that city center isn't necessarily just a place for business, but in some cases a community garden.
Yeah, well, for sure. And, I'm telling you,
Eatonville had one.
I think that, like, people making their own furniture will come back, because I just get this weird feeling that this younger generation from like 30 down looks at life considerably different than the people that are in political power right now. A lot of the 50-somethings, the boomers and stuff like that thought consumption was everything, and the bigger the house, the bigger the success, all this other stuff. Millennials just don't, and that generation younger, that Gen Z, they don't look at life like that. Like, none of my kids talk about having a big giant house or fancy cars. Not one of them. But you know what they do talk about? Going everywhere in the world they can while they can. That's what they really talk about. Life experiences. None of them care about having a big fancy house.
Why?
And they're all under 27.
Yeah, smart. What they are is smarter than our generation, because that big house has to be cooled, heated, cleaned, insured.
Yeah, they're not interested in any of that.
And a lot of adults, after your first house, where you just look at, well, what's the lot size? Well, what's the house size? And then you buy it and you're like, damn, this is a lot of house to take care of.
My kids don't even stay in hotels. My kids, when they come into town, it's Airbnb, it's Turo. It is. What do they call them? What do they call those businesses?
Hostels?
No, the ones where you're direct to the consumer. It's person to peer to peer. It's almost always peer-to-peer services that they use, whether it be for pet sitting or anything like that. They rarely use corporate services. They just have become extremely savvy.
Yeah.
And I just think that seems to be what I hear from that age group. That, you get the feeling that you're going to see a lot smaller footprint with super high connectivity. The ability to communicate and transfer ideas and information extremely fast and very efficiently, but living in a lifestyle that is super low impact to the planet.
Yes,
because it's achievable.
It is achievable, because someone just texted us at 77031. People need to find out something to do with all this plastic and glass as far as reusing it, because that recycling garbage that I was fed in the 90s while growing up is a bunch of bull crap, unfortunately.
Jack blew
something
it for us
has
with
to
it.
be done. I am so appreciative of Jack doing that.
Yeah.
I am so appreciative.
Yeah, that's the What'd You Do That's New.
Yeah.
All right.
And that was a
Frontline.
PBS Frontline documentary from well over a year ago.
Right.
Plastic, the war. Yeah.
And that thing set in with my wife so hard. She goes, I don't know why we even do this. They're just liars.
I know.
You know what?
I am so angry.
She's so pissed off
I
about
still
it.
recycle. I just altered it. I put in the stuff I know they take, the bottles and stuff, and cardboard and stuff, but I don't even bother with those clamshell containers.
It'll ruin the entire thing. You get the feeling they look at it and see one, they're like, wow, that's enough.
And then they throw the rest out. And I have a document from my waste management company that says, when in doubt, throw it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't put it in the recycling.
Don't put it in the recycling.
All right, 407-916-1041. Brandon Kravitz with sports up next. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio.
You can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Northbound travel on 417, still a stop-and-go ride due to an accident between I-Drive and John Young Parkway, taking up the right lane. It's also heavy, too, from an accident eastbound on I-4, blocking the right lane between the Lake Mary Rest Area and Lake Mary Boulevard. Westbound travel on I-4 slow between World Drive and 429, and also between Princeton Street and Colonial Drive. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Nader Law Firm.
Auto accident, bankruptcy, immigration, insurance claims? Call attorney Fannie Nader at Nader Law Firm at 407-688-8896. That's 407-688-8896. Offices Orlando.
Man, I love my custom fence from Mossy Oak Fence. You will as well. When I think about my custom fence at Mossy Oak, I think about the high quality that is my fence, but I think about the skilled craftsmen at Mossy Oak that use only the very best materials out there, and that high quality is backed up by the best warranty in the business. But I also think about sensibility, because the guys at Mossy Oak understand not everybody's situation is exactly the same, and they offer affordable payment plans, but the safety and security, that's where these guys really shine. Your family safety and security is Mossy Oak's #1 priority. So if you're thinking about a new fence, you got to think MossyOakFences.com. And as always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
Make the most of your investments. Certified Financial Group. Call pound 250, keyword certified planner.
The
biggest stars from all genres of music will share one stage at our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
It's here for T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
2 nights of performances you've never seen before. Streaming free on a CW app and CWTV.com. And listen on iHeartRadio this Friday and Saturday, starting at 10 p.m.
Capital One is a proud partner of the 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to their customers. What's in your wallet?
Hello, Orlando. It's time to meet Off-Lease Only Express. It's the hassle-free option to buying a car from your home. Off-Lease Only, the name you know and trust, is offering the same high-quality, nearly new cars, most priced thousands below retail, with a new way to buy a car that is fast and convenient. First, go to their website, offleaseonly.com. They've made it super easy for you to browse and choose from over 4,000 cars. Once you've selected your car, click on Express. You can even trade in your vehicle with just a couple of clicks. In just a few no-hassle steps, you can start your Express car deal online and choose either to finish in one of their 5 convenient locations or complete the deal entirely from your home. Then enjoy your new wheels, saving you tons of time and money. That comes with a 5-day, 500-mile exchange policy. Leave the stress behind and find peace of mind with Off-Lease Only Express. The hassle-free, fully transparent option to buying a car from home. Start today by visiting offleaseonly.com.
IDC's All Tacori Weekend is here. This weekend, your best opportunity to experience the magic of Tacori with exciting incentives. Tacori is the brand above all brands in bridal and fashion, handcrafted in California by true artisans. Tacori sets the standard. IDC's flying in the entire Tacori collection for this 3-day event, including all new never-seen-before designs with stunning beauty from every angle. And if you purchase any Tacori engagement ring at this event, you'll get 36 months zero-interest financing, plus a $500 gift card on us. Buy the matching band and get another $500. Buy his band and get another $500. $1,500 total. And while you're here, you can match that perfect ring with the most exquisite diamond the world has to offer as IDC opens up the vault, showcasing our largest GIA and Forevermark diamond selection ever. Don't miss this spectacular and unprecedented 3-day event. International Diamond Center's All Tacori Weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, only at IDC. 4 Orlando showrooms on approved credit.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. When choosing a health plan, everything's important, like knowing that when I go to my doctor visits, whether primary or specialist, I don't have a copay. That's peace of mind. Solis Health Plans gives me that. Also, knowing that with Solis, I have the benefit of obtaining up to $1,200 per year in OTC products. That's a relief. Yes, with Solis Health Plans, you get up to $1,200 a year in OTC products, brand name products, real quality. Solis also has the benefits you're looking for: transportation to doctor visits, hearing, vision, dental, and much more, like mental health programs to address the indirect effects of COVID-19. It's time for you to become a member so that you can have the peace of mind of knowing that with Solis, you're with a health plan that truly responds because they're local. Call now and join a local health plan that makes a difference at 1-833-33-SOLIS. 1-833-33-SOLIS. Solis Health Plans. Amazing healthcare just around the corner.
Right from the start, we've always been on the go. And once we got going, we never slowed down. So for the past 100 years at Pep Boys, we've kept our promise to keep you moving. And we plan on keeping it for at least 100 more. Pep Boys, we go further to help you go farther. Now through September 30th, buy 3, get 1 free plus free installation on select Kumho tires. See pepboys.com for complete details.
In 4 days, the biggest names in music come together on one stage to make history at our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival in Vegas. Cheap Trick, Coldplay, Journey, Weezer, and so many more. Don't miss these once-in-a-lifetime moments as they happen live. Listen live Friday and Saturday night on the iHeartRadio Music Festival station exclusively on the free iHeart app. Number 1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one.
Duke Energy is ready to help you through this year's hurricane season. We're investing in a stronger, more resilient grid to help reduce and even prevent outages. And when storms strike, Duke Energy will be there to get the power back on as safely and quickly as possible, while keeping you informed. It's all part of building a smarter energy future. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Any legal issue, Kramer Law.
OneFirmForLife.com. Office is Altamont Springs.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch.
Yeah. We like it when you watch.
At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Hope you're having a wonderful beginning to your week. Some good weather out there.
Yeah.
Some scattered rain. Nothing crazy today.
Nope. We do have a tropical wave we'll be watching later this week as it could bring us a rainy weekend.
Yeah, I saw that. The tropics are active AF right now. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well every single Monday. Right around 4:20 or so, we invite our good friend Brandon Kravitz over from 96.9 The Game. Talk a little sports. What's going on, big dog?
There it is. All right. Yes. Oh, man.
Is
Today
he
has
here?
been a lot of fun.
Are you here?
I'm here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to remember, this is the Monday after. This is like in the world of bachelor parties for sporting events. I mean, the day after the beginning of the NFL season is the roughest day, right? Because that's when you turn up the most. Day one, you just lose your damn mind for about 9 straight hours, come to life, and then you pull yourself back together on Monday just in time to do it again on Sunday.
Well, lucky for me, I had week 1 of the college football season to kind of prep me for this last week. So you're just kind of you're swimming in the kiddie pool, and then you get to this week. I'm still watching college football all day on Saturday,
right? Yeah,
and then NFL all day on Sunday. Somehow I'm still married. And I think I'm still a father, but you're 100%. This weekend was insane.
You'll check when you get home. All right, let's start off with college football. Obviously, we know, let's see, Florida completely blew out USF.
Blew out is, I think it's a little friendly towards Florida. They didn't cover the spread. I think they were favored by like 23. Yeah, 28. They were favored by 28. But, I mean, Florida right now looks like a decent football team. They have a quarterback situation that they're trying to sort out. Emory Jones, who's been sitting behind Kyle Trask and Felipe Franks for the last couple of years, is their starter. He's the guy that's been in the system for years. But they've got this new guy, redshirt freshman Anthony Richardson, who is a lightning bolt. And every time he comes in, he just gives this extra little pop and sizzle to that offense that otherwise just frankly doesn't have it. They've played inferior opponents inside the state of Florida the last 2 weeks, and they've looked okay. They're doing what they're supposed to do, but they've got Alabama coming up at 3:30 on Saturday. And if they're not clicking on all cylinders, this could get really ugly for the Gators.
Do you know what the spread is going in? It's got to be
15 and a half.
Yeah, I was going to say minimum 2 touchdowns.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
Alabama just looks so good.
You just take Bama and all they need to give
As of right now, I would take Bama. I'll do a little more research. It's not an official pick, but early on, Bama minus 15 and a half feels good.
Before we get to UCF, I do want to talk about the Florida State game because it was such an embarrassment. Florida State looked in the beginning, that first game with Notre Dame, you're like, wow, man. I mean, Mackenzie Milton comes in at the very end. That magic is there. You're like, oh, my God. Is this going to be like another Mackenzie Milton turnaround at Florida State University? And then this week, Jacksonville State happens to them.
Yeah, Jacksonville State, a lower-level division college football team, 20-17. Florida State's up 17-13 with a couple seconds left to go.
It's 4th and 10.
It's a Hail Mary situation, and Florida State's defense just falls asleep in the last couple seconds of the game, allowing JSU to go ahead and get the win. That should never happen, and it's something that Florida State fans maybe would have saw coming a year ago. You definitely didn't think it was going to happen now after the way you looked against Notre Dame. I think there was a slight clue earlier on in the day that gave you an idea that maybe Florida State isn't as back as it felt like they were in a loss to Notre Dame. That felt like a good, solid, respectable loss.
Right, yeah.
Notre Dame struggled to beat a not so good Toledo team earlier on in the day, and you're like, man, maybe Notre Dame's not actually that good. They won on a last-second touchdown themselves, and then Florida State comes out and they just lay an egg. And look, I don't want to be the person that brings attention to this because I love Mackenzie Milton, and we're all cheering for him to have a great season.
Don't you dare do it.
This just kind of feels like what he is right now. I've never seen that version of him. I don't know what it was. I got caught up in the moment, or or if the adrenaline was just pumping in a different way, or if that one game and playing took a toll on his body. Mackenzie Milton could not throw the ball down the field. And I know a lot of people are blaming Mike Norvell and the play calling on offense. I don't know what you wanted the coaching staff to do. The quarterback couldn't throw. Mackenzie Milton was just flat out not good. He averaged 4.3 yards per completion. That's really, really bad. That's a good number if you're a running back, not if you're throwing the football. Yeah. So I think this is, unfortunately, I mean, if that's the opponent you do it against. Now, if he did that against Florida, I'd be like, oh, man, that's a good defensive performance. He just had a rough day. When that's what you do against Jacksonville State, I think that's just kind of what you are. And it's sad to see. I mean, it's great that he's back out there. That's the important part of the story, and so I'm not trying to crap on it, but I don't think Mackenzie Milton, the good quarterback, is going to walk through the door. It's unfortunate.
It is a shame, and I think everybody get caught up in that. And maybe this was a fluke game. You never know what could happen. I mean, he could come back and play later this season and have yet another good game and start stringing together some more confidence as he comes back. Who knows what could happen? The good thing is they're rebuilding, and they're going to try everything. I mean, they're going to literally try everything. So, I mean, they'll give him as many chances, I believe, as possible. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Let's move on to the NFL, though, because NFL was very interesting this weekend. It's our first look in real time at a lot of these teams. We saw Tampa barely make it past Dallas last Thursday night, moving into this weekend. Let's do the Florida teams first. We know Tampa notches a win. Your Miami Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Your Miami Dolphins.
I've been defending Tua. I've been doing this for, I think, a year at this point. And today for the last hour and a half, because we still don't know. I see all of the things that you all see when you watch him play. I'm not blind. But I just don't think we have answers yet. Mm-hmm. Dolphin wide receivers were dropping the ball left and right. His offensive line wasn't blocking very well. There's running backs. I looked at an advanced statistic. Only one running back on one play made a defender miss the entire game. Everybody else, the second they came in, it was boom, they were tackled. So you have no help around you. It's very hard to be good in the NFL. And then you add on top of that, you're in Foxborough, not an easy place to play with fans back allowed in attendance. You go up against a Bill Belichick defense. That's what he does. That's his specialty. And the dude won the game on Sunday. It's amazing. I mean, all of this Tua hate today is like, see, I told you so. He's not that good. He went into Foxborough and did exactly what he was supposed to do, which is get a W. And so we're back to where we were because he didn't do anything sensational. And if he's not special, it doesn't matter if their defense is good. If they drafted a wide receiver in the first round, they're not going to go very far if he's not a good quarterback. So it matters. But we don't know the answer to it yet. We don't.
Well, I think we will this season, though.
I agree. I think we'll know early on.
It's almost always the third year, right? I mean, it's like second and third year. You kind of get an idea what they're going to be like. You know, you can look at quarterbacks in the past and kind of go, oh, yeah, that third year, seventh year, same quarterback.
Yeah, the problem is, you look up and down the slate yesterday. There's just so much good quarterback play in the NFL.
Yeah.
Even you go to that Eagles-Falcons game, I know that your least favorite player in the league, Matt Ryan, fell off pretty hard, but the guy going up against him, Jalen Hurts, who was a former teammate of Tua's, looked phenomenal. This guy, 264 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was nearly perfect. He looked great.
He looked great with Alabama. I mean, he was like one of the few dynamic quarterbacks that come out of Alabama. I remember seeing him. I mean, to me, more dynamic than Tua was. I mean, I like watching him play more. He just seemed a little more dynamic. I know Tua, I don't know. To me, it was a toss-up between those two at the time, so I don't know.
So,
Is it troublesome that Tua isn't team captain? Or do I just make too big of a stink of that?
It would be better if he were named team captain, because here we go back into the mystery box that is Tua. And I know that I sound like I just defend him for no matter what goes on.
You do.
Which is it's somewhat true. But I'm just also trying to shed light into the situation here.
The fanboy part of this makes it the most fun for me, though.
I understand.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You have to you can't just look and say he wasn't named the team captain. You have to look and say who was named the team captain. And the best players on Miami's offense were not named team captain. Mac Hollins was named a team captain. He's like their 5th best wide receiver, and their wide receivers aren't even that good.
Is it just to keep the politics out of it?
I don't
know. Is that what it is?
That
makes sense, though, if it's so.
I don't know.
Weird. It seems like the quarterback should be the guy, though.
Every team does their own thing. But again, you can go, okay, let's look at the other quarterbacks that weren't named captain.
Yeah.
There's one. It's Mac Jones, and he's a rookie.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody else, every other quarterback in the league has a C on their jersey. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. We don't have any answers, and we'll figure it out later, okay?
Let's pry you away from Miami.
Thank you. Please do.
And move north into the intellectual epicenter of North Florida, Jacksonville. The triumphant start of Trevor Lawrence, the Wonder Kid, coming into the NFL. Didn't look like he really knew exactly what the playbook was. I mean, this team looks like they're trying to figure it out on the run. It looks like they just signed all the players and they got to practice 4 days ago, and this is their first game. That's kind of what it looked like. And the bad thing is, that's exactly what they looked like in the preseason.
Yeah.
So there was no marketed change from how the team looked on the field under Urban Meyer, which I think could be a massive problem. That guy's sketch AF. I can't stand him. He's the worst.
And I think Urban Meyer was the bigger problem of what we saw yesterday. You should not have lost. Not even just lost to a Houston Texans team that is, they are in as much disarray as any team in the NFL. They have a coach that everybody was sort of puzzled as to why they hired him. Deshaun Watson, who's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but you can't play him. You can't even roster him. The guy's the third-string quarterback because they don't trust him. They don't trust what the future holds with him. The NFL hasn't stepped in.
Right.
Houston has said, yes, we're actively trading him. We're also not activating him. So it's a really weird situation. Their roster is terrible in Houston, and yet they scored 37 points against the Jags. And honestly, they could have scored more. They kind of let their foot off the gas in the second half. Houston only scored 10 points in the final 2 quarters of the game, and at that point, it looked like Trevor Lawrence was becoming a little bit more comfortable. This organization is going to become so Trevor Lawrence dependent because he is that guy. He is that good. I mean, he threw for over 300 yards. He had 3 touchdowns. You could see it. He pops out on the screen. He had a rough start to the game. It did look like guys were kind of out of sorts and didn't know what was going on. They couldn't establish anything, and it feels like it all goes back onto coaching.
Yeah, but when they get synced up, it could get sick. I mean, I don't know that they'll be that good this year, but this kid's going to learn every game because his football IQ is pretty darn high.
Yeah,
and you get the feeling with that shape, and if he stays healthy, Jacksonville they're going to be able to add picks this year. I don't know. I don't know what their draft situation is. I don't know where they stand with what they've traded away or whatever. But they're going to pick up good players. I mean, they're going to get an opportunity to get some other good players. And man, in 3 years, if that kid stays healthy, Jacksonville could be really fun to watch. Could be throwing it back to the 90s with these guys, where it could be like the last team you want to see.
If Urban Meyer can,
that's the problem. He's the worst.
You know, that'll be the curious thing to follow because
he's the worst.
If they have to go through all of this losing and rebuilding and patience and all of these things that we've never seen exercised from Urban Meyer. I think he's capable of doing it. He's a smart guy. He knows football. But emotionally, we haven't always seen that from Urban Meyer. This is going to be the toughest situation he's ever put himself in. He's got a star quarterback, but in the NFL, that gets you far. It doesn't get you far enough. That's not enough. You need a good team around you.
How does he deal with that resilience? That's what I expect. That's what I really want to see is how does he deal when he's 2-14 and he's not the head of some monster SEC Godzilla team where all he has to do is show up at the front door and the parents run out signing contracts for these 6'5" corn-fed field boys. For he can just go in there and charm the pants off the parents and come in. Different in NFL. It's different than how cool the coach is and about the campus. They're cold hard cash and then a team that can win. I do want to move on to NFC South because you and I had a conversation last week. One of the more interesting stories coming in the NFL this year for me, being a Tampa Bay Bucks fan, is I look at everybody in my division and I'm like, well, how hard is it going to be to get through our division? Well, Atlanta doesn't look that difficult. Neither does Carolina. But all of a sudden, New Orleans this weekend, with the absolute waxing of Deb's Green Bay Packers.
Let's talk about it.
That was the ugliest.
Who started Aaron Rodgers in fantasy football?
No joke. The guy that's really mad today.
He scored one more fantasy point than Jack did this weekend.
So you and me and your program director, Scott, were standing over there last week, and I remember you and I having this talk about the NFC South, and I said, you know what? I don't know that everybody should automatically hand it to Tampa yet, because even with Tampa being the defending Super Bowl champions and having all those great weapons, Jameis Winston can play football, and he is a great athlete. And with great coaching, which we know Sean Payton is, and a pretty darn good defense and a pretty darn good running game, this could be a very interesting football team to watch. And then what happens Sunday? These guys go out and put up some ridiculous numbers with him only throwing, 15, 16 passes?
Yeah, he was 14 of 20, 148 yards, 5 touchdowns. So basically half of his throws went into the end zone.
So like we were talking, it's not necessarily the athlete sometimes. It's the program the athletes get put in.
Well, hold on. We got to give some credit to a guy who came into the league with a bunch of controversy around him, was extraordinarily immature, and he did all of those things. Any problem that Jameis Winston ever had on or off the football field was his fault.
Yes, without question.
He put in the work. He changed who he was. He sat behind Drew Brees and learned from one of the greatest. He's coached now by one of the greatest. And in order to do that successfully, you have to be willing to kind of hand your ego over and say, I'm willing to retool myself. He did that, and it's already paying dividends. I give credit to Jameis Winston for even putting himself in that position.
I agree 100%, but I also have to credit the culture because the culture does matter. I mean, Bill Belichick has shown us the culture really matters a lot. And when you take a kid who doesn't look disciplined from a team that doesn't look like they're interested in disciplining him, and you bring him into an over-disciplined situation with guys like Drew Brees, who may be one of the most efficient quarterbacks to ever play in the game, with a guy who can design an offense built around a guy who can't throw the ball 20 yards anymore, which is Drew Brees, then moving into a kid who watched, and then when he got his chance, he stepped in, and he allowed himself to be managed. Because one of the big problems before is I know more than the coach. It's like that humbling aspect in Tampa, sending him down to New Orleans and just kind of grew him up a little bit. And I'm telling you, that guy's going to have a scary good season.
I agree.
I'm telling you, he's going to have a scary good season.
It's like he might not be as great as he can if he didn't go to Tampa first for that humbling experience. Now you can rebuild him up.
Now you're in a legit dynasty, a guy who makes a dynasty. And you get that from him. It could be very fun.
Now, while we agree there, and I'm glad to see that you've come around on Jameis Winston.
This guy's the worst.
I will hand the division to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All the credit goes to New Orleans, what they were able to do. I think yesterday was a lot about Jameis. It was way more about what the hell is going on with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. This was, and I will pat myself on the back, exactly what I predicted. You can't ignore the offseason and then step onto a football field and go, but I'm great. It doesn't work like that.
It does not.
And that's exactly what he did. And he's just rolling the ball out there like, I'm Aaron Rodgers, so I'm going to be good. And it just doesn't work that way.
Man, is that guy a room separator or what? I have learned not to like that guy a lot.
He doesn't, and he can't orchestrate comebacks. This guy, and credit to Colin Cowherd, he rails on this guy almost every single day. Anytime I turn on his show, this is who he's talking about. But one of the things that he enlightened me to was just how bad Aaron Rodgers was at orchestrating comebacks. He's one of the best quarterbacks ever playing with a lead. But the second you fall behind, it's like he gets worse. Because Aaron Rodgers, the thing that bothers me the most about him, I don't know him personally. I know all the same things that you do watching him. The second that guy's down by 14, he looks disinterested. He looks pissed off, and he's angry at everybody around him.
He just wants to go watch Jeopardy.
And it's not... Look at the difference yesterday. Patrick Mahomes, the Cleveland Browns were outplaying Kansas City for almost 3 full quarters.
I mean, really.
And Patrick Mahomes is like, don't worry, guys. I got this.
It's good.
And he stepped up, and he had a massive game, but he wasn't good all 4 quarters of the game. The second New Orleans started to lay it on Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers went into his little shell, and I think this is going to be largely what they are. They're going to win games, but this is not going to be a good year for Green Bay. The reason I'm willing, the reason I brought this up is that are we already out of my God, how did this happen?
You're way late.
You're so late.
Anyway,
your station's been in commercial for like 20 minutes.
My point is,
why don't you get your own show?
Tom Brady is the greatest. He is the luckiest. He is the luckiest great player ever. He played for years in a garbage AFC East, and then he goes to the NFC South with this great division with these great quarterbacks. And Matt Ryan's a shell of himself. He's got Jameis Winston, and I mean, it's just it's crazy.
I wish we had a sponsor.
Anyway,
get out of here.
This segment brought to you by Certified Financial Group. Don't just trust anybody with your money. You've got 12 certified financial planners all under one roof. Their mission, their goal, their standard is to put you first. So if you're ready for a second opinion, visit financialgroup.com or dial pound 250 and say the keyword certified planners. Start planning for tomorrow today. Thanks for entertaining me and indulging me in these extra moments.
Brandon Kravitz, 96.9 The Game. Great job, BK. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show English.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mikey, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. You can expect some passing showers through this evening, moving mainly from east to west across the peninsula at 40% coverage. As we head into the overnight hours, it will be muggy, 75 degrees as the overnight low in Orlando, and afternoon highs tomorrow in the low 90s. Storm chances do increase to 60% coverage, so don't forget to download the Fox 35 Storm Team weather app. I'm meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber. HOA and condo board members, bring the fastest, most reliable internet and TV service to your residential community with Blue Stream Fiber. Your community deserves the reliability of a fiber optic network. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/bulk today.
Complete Power Resources is CPR for your home or business when the power goes out. You guys know those storms roll through here every single day in the summer, and then we have the hurricanes to worry about as well. You never have to worry about your power going out with Complete Power Resources. That standby generator, you know, the one you get real jealous of when you drive by and see a house with one here in Florida. Well, that's what they do. And not only do they do it the best. Professionally trained, licensed, insured, bonded, background checked, and even COVID-19 tested installers. All the electricians are absolute pros, and that's important because you can't just have anybody installing these standby generators. These guys are the best, and they're financially sound enough to carry an extensive inventory. In other words, they have generators ready to go and install right now. Briggs & Stratton, Generac, Kohler, Cummins, they are your one-stop shop for all your generator needs, and all the techs are knowledgeable on all brands. These guys do everything, including the permitting. Hop on board. Your standby generator is waiting for you. Never be left in the dark again here in Florida. Get with Complete Power Resources. That's CompletePowerResources.com.
The heat is on. That means the highest power bills of the year are on the way. It's time to smile when you see your power bill.
I smile because I save $300 a month on my power bill.
I smile because I'm saving my environment with a sustainable power choice. We smile because we chose Solar Source.
Don't let another summer power bill pass you by. Get your free savings estimate today from Solar Source with next day appointments available. Visit solarsource.com. Now, when it comes to power, trust the source. Solar Source.
Tools help us tackle all kinds of challenges. The same goes for financial tools, like an Amscot cash advance. Up to $500 when you need it, with no credit check. Get started at amscot.com.
Amscot.
Some restrictions apply.
SafeTouch, that's the system you want if you're looking for a new one or maybe even upgrading your system. Only SafeTouch has the two-way communicator. You always have a live operator 24/7, the fastest emergency response out of there. And not to mention, guys, I'll kind of jump off script here a little bit. When my kids were living with me at home, I've had my SafeTouch system now for 10, 11, 12 years. When they were young, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, it was so easy to teach them this keypad. That's one of the great things is they keep it simple. They just give you extremely reliable equipment that works every time. And the two-way communicator basically is your way to verify that you need help immediately. No calling, no text, none of that stuff. It's a speaker in your home that alerts and opens up a line of communication the minute your alarm sounds. That way you get the fastest response out there. Not to mention, you have a live operator 24/7 to help you as well. It's the fastest, safest alarm in the business, and it starts about $1.50 a day, and all of that is backed up by a lifetime parts and labor warranty and a guaranteed response, plus that 24/7 customer service. Have an existing alarm system, these guys can monitor it and actually give you a great lifetime warranty, zero down, $29.95 a month, and you don't even have to have a phone line. Just simply go to safetouch.com or call 888-723-8682. Again, that's safetouch.com. State license ZF233.
Welcome to Wawa. Would you like to try our new paninis?
This spicy Italian garlic panini looks so crunchy, melty. But Phil, your dad was a hoagie man. His dad was a hoagie man. You are a hoagie man. You know what? Today,
I'm a panini guy.
Switch up your routine with Wawa's delicious and crunchy breakfast and lunch paninis. Choose your favorite, like Southwest Turkey or a Chipotle Bacon Egg Panini. Available at Wawa. For a limited time only, Wawa's freshly brewed pumpkin spice coffee is back with the seasonal warm flavors of cinnamon and nutmeg. Plus, you can now treat yourself with a pumpkin spice handcrafted beverage like cookies and cream smoothies, sweet cream cold brews, iced lattes, hot lattes, and more. Wawa is your beverage destination for pumpkin spice beverages this fall. Grab yours in store or order ahead on the Wawa app. Sip your perfect pumpkin spice beverages now at Wawa.
We know the story of Humpty's great fall, but there's part of the story no one mentions at all. They said, "We're not paying you a dime, Mr. Dumpty." So he called the largest injury firm in the country. His lawyers were ready to take them to court. They fought them to pay, not $1 short. Humpty found a doctor to fix him with glue. Now he's looking real great. He looks brand new. This tale is a lesson if your life is shattered. When it comes to law firms, size matters. And as for the fee, it's all free, don't you see? You only pay if you get victory.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Offices, Orlando.
There is now a better way to find your dream car and buy it from the comfort of your home. I'm talking about Off Lease Only Express, the hassle-free option to buying a car from home. Off Lease Only is the name you know and trust. They're offering the same high-quality, nearly new cars, most priced thousands below retail, with a new way to buy that car that is fast and convenient. First, you go to their website. It's the best. It's offleaseonly.com. They made it super easy for you to browse and choose from over 4,000 cars. Once you selected your car, click on Express. You can even trade in your car with just a couple of clicks and choose either to finish in one of their 5 convenient locations or complete the entire deal from the comfort of your home, saving you tons of time and money. That comes with a 5-day, 500-mile exchange policy. Leave the stress behind. Find peace of mind with Off Lease Only Express, the hassle-free, fully transparent option of buying a car from home. Start today by going to offleaseonly.com.
Go back. That's never happened before. Okay, The Haunted Road. Drive down select nights this fall. Get your tickets before they sell out at thehauntedroad.com. That was weird, right? I heard the road was really haunted. Find out at thehauntedroad.com.
This year full of real radio is brought to you by Clausman Law. Car crash? Call Glenn Clausman. ClausmanLaw.com.
Love us while you got us. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Rainy weekend here in Central Florida.
Could be.
Yeah, I know. It was this past weekend. It rained like all day Sunday, man. It was crazy. I haven't had rain like that in a while. I love it. I love weekend rain on Sundays. It's always nice.
Do you use it as like a...
Decompress. I've always thought about this. I don't know about you guys. By the way, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. I've always looked at the rain as something that forces the world to slow down.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad not doing anything. I have this weird guilt thing that if I'm just sitting around, I'm not being productive. I've been able to shake that a little bit recently. Like the last 2 or 3 years, I've been able to shake that a little bit. But for the longest time, I just simply could not sit still and just enjoy downtime. Rain makes that happen. So it takes away that anxiety I have about just kind of sitting around. Like I always tell myself, well, I couldn't be doing anything anyway. You know, so we just kind of chill out here. So
why not the dishes or vacuuming?
No, but that's
there's P.A. McGee.
Oh, we did all that.
There we go.
That wasn't passive. That was all aggressive.
Yes. Hey, thank you, Ross.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanks for pointing out the difference. It's eerie how similar you and I are on certain things, and it's like, guess I can't do this or whatever when it comes to rain. I use it as like forced relaxation time.
I do too. There's nothing in the world like watching a movie when it's raining out, and we got some pretty big squalls out in my place this past weekend, which was again, it's just really nice. We went out and worked the ducks that morning, and by the way, my wife is securing an Instagram account. We will have a live stream of our duck den soon.
I like how you said you worked the ducks.
Yeah, I mean, you have
like you're their pimp.
You have to work the ducks. And basically, you have to give them clean water and spread hay and feed them and stuff and make sure they're okay. You pick them up and pet them a little bit.
So I was going to ask you if you guys use the rain as an excuse.
No. They love the rain. They get out there in the middle of it.
Well, not the ducks, you guys. And I'll be the first one to admit, like, when it rains, that's an excuse for me. It does slow me down, but I definitely go, oh, sorry, got to play video games. What else can I do?
1,000% it's an excuse. I mean, I'm not trying to skate out of it or anything. It is a 100%. But it's a self-excuse. Like, I wouldn't have to tell my wife, hey, I don't want to do that. It's raining. She would just, it would be fine with her. For me, it's like to tell me it's okay.
Rain on a Sunday, also a perfect time to watch football.
Yeah, of course.
And the person who texted us at 77031 about Aaron Rodgers, it is true. He was benched for Jordan Love.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah.
And I think maybe just because they were down so far that they wanted him to get hurt.
Because he was acting like a little bitch and didn't want to be there. That's why he got benched.
He brought you a Super Bowl. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, Dad, why are you?
Yeah, listen.
Why are you dropping hate on your team's franchise quarterback?
He was the MVP last year?
I believe so.
No. Was he really?
For exactly the segment before this.
Yeah.
It was a terrible performance.
You can be as mad as you want.
Thank you, because I'm.
But if you're supporting your team, he's going to be your quarterback. Yeah, but I get mad at players and but.
I don't know.
The way you're dressing him down.
He should be dressed down the way he acted yesterday on the field. It was an embarrassment.
His team plays tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
his
I
team
hope.
plays tonight.
Oh, good.
And if they get boat race tonight, who they play tonight?
Ravens.
So when they get boat race tonight, because they are going to get worked
Good.
tonight.
I hope I can watch it.
Good. That'll be good.
All right, we have to go to break already. I was going to tell you who has the newest Halloween thing coming up. Because, the Halloween game in Orlando is a big, big deal with, you have the pros. Universal throws the biggest Halloween game in the world. So everybody else that does something like that's kind of picking up crumbs. Now, Disney has to do it, but they do it for that younger crowd.
Right.
So they have that not so scary, Halloween
Mickey's
type
not so
thing.
scary. Yeah.
So it's a little different, but somebody else is throwing their hat in the ring, and I think they're going to make a good run at it.
Back on this Deb Aaron Rodgers thing for a moment.
I'm with you.
Because
30 seconds.
I expect this from Philly fans, New York fans, Boston fans on their team when they turn on them. But Wisconsin.
You can be critical.
Now, critical is one thing, but there's something that doesn't feel right with her Midwestern niceness.
Well, her Midwestern niceness is also based in the fact that you get out there and you work as hard as you can to win.
Exactly, and he didn't.
And that guy didn't even wash his hair that morning, much less try to win.
It was an embarrassment. It was a spanking. It wasn't even a game. It was a spanking. He should have just pulled his pants down and put his cheeks out there right away.
He's the only reason why you've been good for the last decade.
You don't even know that.
Come on.
You don't
How
even
is
know
that not
you don't
100%
Because
right?
if that were true, then Marino would have a Super Bowl ring. If it was just down to a quarterback, then Marino would have a Super Bowl ring. He wouldn't be the only quarterback.
Wouldn't have been better.
You just found out that he won an MVP last year.
407-916-1041. Back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
The home of real talk and a sweet macrame bathing suit.
Dude, that's a plant holder.
Yeah, it is. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, the lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry.
An earlier crash north on 417 between I-Drive and John Young Parkway is in the clearing stages and should be gone shortly. We're looking at stop-and-go traffic now, though, heading west on I-4 between World Drive and 429. It's also slow between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway. Eastbound steady, too, between Princeton Street and Lee Road, as well as between Osceola Parkway and Central Florida Parkway. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Good news! The FDA has approved a COVID-19 vaccine. So if you've been waiting for FDA approval, now is the time to get vaccinated. Find your free vaccine at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You know, right now is a great time for a beautiful new fence from our friends over at Mossy Oak Fence. You know, Mossy Oak does a number of things to your home, adds appeal and value to it, plus it provides that important safety and security for your family, your kids, and your pets. Plus, Mossy Oak sets the standard for quality, giving you the best warranty in the business. We're talking premium, quality, custom fences that are built to last, just like the one they built for me. Simply call or visit mossyoakfences.com, where your family's safety and security is their number one priority. Again, it's mossyoakfences.com.
The game is on. Big watch party on the couch. Everyone needs more snacks from 7-Eleven. So what's the play here? Use code DELIVERY for $15 off your first 7-Eleven delivery order. You'll be the MVP of football watching without moving a yard. And your prize shall be all of the wings. 7-Eleven, take it to 11. Offer ends 11/2/21 with promo code on first order for new customers. $25 minimum. Limit one-time use per customer. Plus tax and fees. Limited delivery area. See 7 Now app for terms.
Orlando, meet Off-Lease Only Express, the hassle-free option to buying a car from home. Off-Lease Only, the name you know and trust, is offering the same high-quality, nearly new cars, most priced thousands below retail, with a new way to buy a car that is fast and convenient. First, go to offleaseonly.com. They've made it easy for you to browse and choose over 4,000 cars. Once you selected your car, click on Express, and you can even trade in your car with just a couple of clicks. In just a few no-hassle steps, you can start your Express car deal online and choose either to finish in one of their 5 convenient locations or complete entirely from the comfort of your home. Then drive away in an incredible deal, saving you tons of time and money that comes with a 5-day, 500-mile exchange policy. Leave the stress behind and find peace of mind with Off-Lease Only Express, the hassle-free, fully transparent option to buying a car from home. Start today by visiting offleaseonly.com.
It's an unprecedented diamond buying opportunity at International Diamond Center. 3 days only, this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. IDC is rolling out the largest selection of hand-picked diamonds ever seen here. And you can buy like a dealer buys. Choose from thousands of GIA and Forever Mark diamonds. These are the best of the best, certified by the world's top gem labs. Rare, precious diamonds at prices never seen before. Rounds, princess cuts, emerald cuts, cushion cuts, ovals, from 1 carat to 20 carats, all on sale. Don't be surprised to see jewelry store owners and diamond brokers shopping at this event. It's IDC's largest and most aggressive public diamond buying event ever. And if that wasn't enough, we're offering 3 years, 0 interest financing on any diamond purchase. Plus, for these 3 days, you get extra savings and incentives on all engagement ring mountings, including Tacori. Don't miss this amazing opportunity. An open to the public multi-million-dollar diamond buying event. Next weekend only. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. And only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando showrooms. On approved credit.
Did you know that the majority of adults are unsure if their advisors are obligated to act in their best interests?
If you're not sure, trust Certified Financial Group. With 12 certified financial planners, they serve as fiduciaries and are committed to acting in your best interest. They even put their guarantee in writing.
Schedule your no-obligation visit at financialgroup.com, where they're planning tomorrow today. Financial planning and investment advice for a fee through Certified Advisory Corporation, a registered investment advisor.
You do not want your AC to break down when it gets hot in the summertime in Central Florida, so make sure you get hold of Mills Air. They can help you with preventative maintenance on all brands. Preventative maintenance can save you so much money. They can detect upcoming breakdowns and you're not stuck. MillsAir.com. That's MillsAir.com.
Hey Orlando, this is Paul Anka for PDQ.
PDQ from start to closing, afternoon to night. Made to order, never frozen, with love in every bite. Quality that's fast and fresh, that's our pledge to you. For chicken just made so much better, count on PDQ.
You may not be planning to get stopped at a rail crossing today, but trains can come at any time. When you approach a rail crossing, stop before the pavement markings that look like white connecting X's. Never stop on the tracks or drive around lowered gates. Remember, slow down. Keep clear of the tracks by staying outside of the dynamic envelope and stay alert. Plans can wait. Trains can't. The department's efforts are ongoing, so follow FDOT on social for more updates.
Want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Owen. I'm a cigarette.
Do you like being a cigarette?
No, I don't. Not really into killing thousands of people. Sorry, no filter.
Right.
What's your sign?
Pisces?
I'm a Cancer. Cigarette joke. But seriously, I do cause cancer. And heart disease. And strokes. I could go on forever. Unlike the people who smoke me.
The average smoker lives 10 years less than non-smokers. Quit today. Find out how at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Right from the start, we've always been on the go. And once we got going, we never slowed down. So for the past 100 years at Pep Boys, we've kept our promise to keep you moving. And we plan on keeping it for at least 100 more. Pep Boys, we go further to help you go farther. Now through September 30th, buy 3, get 1 free plus free installation on select Kumho tires. See pepboys.com for complete details.
Trust the leaders. FAS Windows and Doors. Go to FASWD.com.
Thinking about divorce? Kramer Law. OneFirmForLife.com. Office is Altamont Springs.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Jack's right. Go to JimColbertLive.com if you want to see Deb do some dancing. More importantly, wearing a dress.
Yeah.
I think it's the second time I think I've seen you wear a dress. You wore one maybe the third time. At least 2 Christmas parties we've been together.
Might be a little creepy you're keeping score like that.
Well, I mean,
I'm a little surprised.
Well, you only wear jeans. I've only seen you wear jeans and shorts once when we did the pickleball thing.
Those were like yoga. Yeah, you've never seen me in shorts. No. This is the first summer actually where I'm proud of myself, like wearing shorts.
Nice, good for you.
Thank you.
We actually have 6 posts on our blog today at JimColbertLive.com.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
Swinging that dress around like you know what you're doing there, kid.
Hey,
you got a little action. You know how to dance? Can you dance like salsa, samba, or like is it salsa dancing? Is that what it's called?
It's all about the man. If he's a good dancer and a good leader, then I would be able to follow.
I'm out.
Then you're going to love me.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here. My wife.
That's creepy.
My wife wants me to go two-stepping with her, like boot scooting.
You should do it.
And I have to tell you, we go like at night when like if I get home before her, she does Pilates after work sometimes. So I'll actually get home before her, even at like 7:45. So I'll start making dinner and stuff. We do the HelloFresh thing, so it doesn't take long to do. And we have stereo Bluetooth, so I'll just turn on some music. She likes we started listening to this 90s country iHeart channel, which is great, by the way. And it's that whole boot scooting thing. I mean, that's like the entire scene of that line dancing, with the exception of back in the day with like Gillies and that whole scene. But the new scene of it is based on a lot of this music, and she wants me to learn how to dance and do that with her. But
Does she come home and hear the music and try to give you dance lessons in the living room?
No, in the kitchen. So, I mean, our kitchen's big enough where we can do a couple steps there. So I'll try to do it, and inevitably I elbow her in the tooth or something. I mean,
Jimmy!
I'm like dancing.
That was my face.
Dancing with a piece of furniture. That's what it's like.
You know what I like about square dancing and boot goofing and all that? I always like
don't call it boot goofing. Don't be disrespectful. Nobody's disrespectful to your dancing.
I don't know how you could be. I'm disrespectful to my own dancing. Yeah, boot goofing. I'm going to call it boot goofing.
You can call it boot goofing.
You goofing around in some boots. I like how the hands stereotypically are on the belt.
Yeah, the belt, it's very proper. And by the way, I tried to grab my wife's hand when she was doing it. She goes, no, like this. And I'm like, that seems less like erotic. And I'm not neither. I mean, like less sensual. But I guess maybe the boots.
What kind of dancing are we talking
Yeah, I was
about
gonna say maybe I should check myself. Maybe line dancing. Well, the line dancing is supposed to be a little sensual, right? There's some sexuality to dancing of all kinds.
Not line dancing.
Hold on, no.
Not line dancing. Sorry, dude.
We're gonna argue this then because there's
Twitter poll.
There's no question. No question, there is some sexuality in line dancing.
I mean, there might be some sexuality.
There's some humping in there, man. There's a little baby.
Is that what you call it?
Is that the wording we're going with?
No, we're not going humping. But you know what I'm saying. There's some fake. There's some pelvic thrusting.
Sexy line dances.
Would you say there is sexuality associated with line dancing?
Well, okay, you need to stop there because...
Well, I need to stop where?
Well, you cackling toucan, you need to shut up back there, too.
That's Ross who's laughing.
I know.
There's no way. It's not. You don't even touch each other.
You do touch...
Line dancing?
You guys sound like fools.
Oh, yeah, we do.
You guys sound like fools. There is... Now, line dancing... And you're calling it boot goofing. Those are different kind of dancing, but there is a little bit of sexuality in that. There's supposed to be a little bit of that kind of that thing. Now it's not like the Latin dances. The Latin dances basically you do it on that. You have to wear a condom. But
you're doing it right.
Obviously, it's not like that. But there is some. There's some dipping where the girl comes close.
We're
and dipping her down.
Wow.
So we're going with sexuality, right? Would you associate sexuality with line dancing?
Sensuality.
Yeah, okay. I just Googled sexy line dance, and it's almost as but it's almost as effective as that sleep music that Jimmy.
Get out of here.
I mean, I'm
not this massive dancer. I do enjoy dancing because your boy can cut a rug, but I thought it was called line dancing because you're all in a line.
Okay, you are in a line,
and then you're just grapevining to the left and grapevining to the right.
You have moves that happen in sync, and it is kind of weird. It's like a marching army with a country song.
Yeah, it's like a cute army.
But some of the other dancing is very sensual. You're close. You're doing some moves. You're like your pelvis to pelvis. Now it's not like groping and fake humping like you see in other dancing, but there is some sensuality to it. You guys are the worst, man.
We're the worst.
You guys are the worst. All of you are sitting here trying to contain yourselves from laughing in my face.
Oh, no, we're just doing it.
On Twitter, at Jim Colbert Show or at Real Radio. Find it in either place. Vote today.
Let us know if you think country line dancing's really sexy.
Well, yes. Would you associate sexuality or sensuality with line dancing?
Hey, baby, put your boots on. Let's go humping tonight.
Let's
go to honky tonky.
You're
do
going
some
to
humping.
offend a lot of people. I'm telling you, some of these old cowboys will come up here and put moves on you in skin tight Wranglers you won't be able to get out of.
Hey, you made it worse.
Slinging your dress around. These guys will already do it to you.
I think you backfired right there with the whole skin tight Wranglers.
No, he's not kidding. I mean, that's one of the reasons to go see the rodeo.
You can see both cowboys if you feel me. All right, 407.
And they're both wearing hats.
916, yes, they are. Well, if you're lucky. Halloween coming up soon. Obviously, when Universal talks about the Halloween Horror Nights, that's the king event, and I think that's a nationwide thing because they do it in LA.
Yeah.
They do it out in California as well. So,
to my knowledge, ours is looked at as the far superior.
There's no question, but they do have it. They have it covered on both coasts, and you have to assume they put the same attention to detail in both parks. I mean, each park is different because of the size and stuff. I know the Orlando park is considerably bigger, but there is another aspect of this coming. We've known for a long time. The guys over at Busch Gardens have been doing a thing called Hallow Scream.
Yeah.
Right? Which, the advertising for that does make it over here a little bit, but not as much because Universal has such a massive presence here in Central Florida. But they're bringing it to SeaWorld.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, I'm kind of excited about this. And this is no dig on Universal because we've loved these guys and still do for many, many years. But Halloween Horror Nights for locals has become almost out of touch.
What?
Well, no, just listen to me for a second.
I'm listening.
So, and it's not their fault.
Right.
Because we're locals, and specifically in this business, we've become a little entitled. We've had access to those passes that you can get, the express passes, which make the night absolutely magical. It really does. But those are really expensive now and almost impossible to find. Last I checked, my wife was like, they're nearing $400.
Oh.
Okay, so to go to Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights with an express pass to ensure we see all of the homes or all of the haunted houses, it's really, really expensive. So an alternative is, something else. Now, they're the haunted maze, the haunted cornfield. We do a number of co-ops with other companies, like the one up in Altamont Springs.
Petrified Forest.
Forest, which is an awesome haunt.
You guys have said that's a good time. I've never been.
It's one of the best non-hyper-funded, hyper-branded events out there.
Cool.
I mean, it is
non-theme park.
Yeah, non-theme park. In other words, it's a charity-based organization. It's up in Altamont Springs, and it kills it every year. They do such a good job. But I actually tell you, I'm pretty excited about going to Howl-O-Scream. I was looking at some of the things. They have 4 haunted houses, and I think 4 or 5 scare zones, and a couple of their shows. Now, this is the first year they've done it here, right, Ross?
It's got to be. I don't ever remember.
Yeah, I think it is. It's the first year they brought it to SeaWorld.
Yes.
And they are going to, they actually just started it off. It's going to have 4 scare zones, 4 original haunted houses, roaming haunts, and 2 shows, I guess, which would be like the Bill and Ted's and maybe maybe the horror makeup show, but in the big plazas and stuff, so everybody can see it. It said the performers are very excited, and they're really excited about the idea of bringing another Halloween event to yet another possibility in Central Florida.
It's great.
I saw the show. So Bill and Ted is no longer at Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, I know that, yeah.
And I saw the show that replaced it, and it is insane. It is the most fire I have ever seen on a stage.
Do they try to inject the comedy thing like Bill and Ted did, or the cultural kind of references the way that Bill and Ted did?
No, it leans heavy on the art side, storytelling. You understand the story. It's just so unbelievably entertaining.
Really?
In my opinion, here he goes, shots fired. But I thought that show is more entertaining than a lot of the Bill and Ted's that I've seen.
Now, toward the end, the Bill and Ted thing the references were more difficult to make and keep funny because it just was.
Yeah,
but
comedy got a little harder.
It did, yeah, it got a little harder. But this is interesting because they hired a guy named Patrick Braillard, and he was one of the show directors for, I think, Universal for a while, and he's the guy handling up all of the houses and the look of the event coming up for SeaWorld, which is going to be kind of cool. I'm really excited. It revolves around a thing called the Bayside Lake Siren, who rises up to avenge, I should say, all of the guests who dare enter her realm. So that's the whole grand idea. They have to keep it water-based.
Right, yeah,
So there always has to be
absolutely.
something water. But it's
plenty of water demons.
It's going to be kind of cool because it's just something different. It's always nice. The haunted houses are going to be called Dead Vines, Captain's Revenge, Beneath the Ice, and Water's Edge Inn. So you can look forward to some more scary opportunities at SeaWorld this year, maybe with less weight and a little less money involved. Maybe you can check them all out. Who knows? But give you an opportunity to go if you can't make it in to Halloween Horror Nights or any of the other events as well.
But we know what the king is.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's how
it is so good.
Yeah, that's good, man. It's
and
awesome.
this year's
Mickey's
great.
Not So Scary Adventure.
I think it's called Boo Bash or something. That thing is.
Oh yeah,
yikes.
they changed it.
I don't know, man. Everyone who I know have been went over there for the Halloween event was like,
That's for kids.
Yeah, it's for little kids.
Babies, dude. It's not even meant to be even scary, really.
I don't know. The people who I talked to were also full blown adults.
Yeah, there you go.
That makes a big difference. All right, 407-916-1041. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Our heaviest traffic continues heading west on I-4 between World Drive and 429. It's also slow between Princeton Street and Colonial Drive and also between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway. Eastbound still steady between Fairbanks Avenue and the Lake Mary Rest area and also between Conroy Road and OBT, as well as between Osceola Parkway and Central Florida Parkway. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Hitting speed bumps in your hiring process? Streamline your route to hired with Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates, all in the same place. Find your next great hired and visit Indeed.com/credit.
On Twitter at Jim Colbert Show for our daily poll. It's brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. And that's who I used when it was time to refi my house several years ago. And it was a great process. Brad Siebert and the team at WeAreNotTheBanks.com PaniniStudios.com. Let you know everything you're going to need every step of the way and can close in fast time. Now, whether you're doing a refi or you're buying your next home, WeAreNotTheBanks.com has loans for all types of buyers, self-employed, investor loans, good credit, even bumps in your credit. Brad and the team can work with you with all types of loans, and they close quickly. For all your mortgage needs, the website is WeAreNotTheBanks.com. NMLS ID number 205696, Equal Opportunity Lender.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1 brought to you by Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm.
The biggest stars from all genres of music will share one stage at our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Performance here from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
2 nights of performances you've never seen before. Streaming free on a CW app and CWTV.com. And listen on iHeartRadio this Friday and Saturday, starting at 10 p.m.
Capital One is a proud partner of the 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to their customers. What's in your wallet?
O'Reilly. Ready for an oil change? Visit the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts to get everything you need. Right now, get 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for just $28.95 and earn double O Rewards points with your purchase. Protect your engine against sludge and wear with Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil. On sale now at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
IDC's All Tacori Weekend is here. This weekend, your best opportunity to experience the magic of Tacori with exciting incentives. Tacori is the brand above all brands in bridal and fashion. Handcrafted in California by true artisans, Tacori sets the standard. IDC's flying in the entire Tacori collection for this 3-day event, including all new never-seen-before designs with stunning beauty from every angle. And if you purchase any Tacori engagement ring at this event, you'll get 36 months zero-interest financing, plus a $500 gift card on us. Buy the matching band and get another $500. Buy his band and get another $500. $1,500 total. And while you're here, you can match that perfect ring with the most exquisite diamond the world has to offer as IDC opens up the vault, showcasing our largest GIA and Forevermark diamond selection ever. Don't miss this spectacular and unprecedented 3-day event. International Diamond Center's All Tacori Weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, only at IDC. 4 Orlando showrooms on approved credit.
Fence Outlet has the largest selection of fencing options in the state with over 400,000 square feet of showroom and warehouse space. Get 0% financing for 12 months for your gorgeous new fence. Book your appointment online today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything, which means having fast Wi-Fi matters. A lot. That's why Xfinity offers gig speed Wi-Fi, the fastest Wi-Fi you can get. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids. Especially if there's 1 kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in. Because fast Wi-Fi makes everything better. Now through October 11th, ask how to get a special offer of $300 back when you get gig speed internet. Or get started with up to 50 megabits per second download speed for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Click, call, or visit an Xfinity store today. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and compatible gateway. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Offer requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/11/21. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply.
Unbelievable.
No sugar and 60 calories.
Naturally. New Chobani with 0 sugar. Impossibly delicious. Made possible by Chobani, not a low-calorie food.
9/11, 2 decades later, is a limited series podcast that looks back 20 years since the attacks of 9/11 and features those who were in the inner sanctum of our country's government.
I mean, it felt like the end of the world, to be honest with you.
And we ask the question, are we safer today than 20 years ago?
I don't think so. I wish I could answer differently, but I don't think so. I think those in charge these days need to spend more time communicating.
Listen to 9/11, 2 decades later on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Trust the leaders. FAS Windows and Doors. Go to FASWD.com.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Hope you've had a wonderful Monday. If you're on your way home, just turn us up. We got you all the way to your driveway. When you get there, slide right inside. Take us with you using the iHeartRadio app. It's absolutely free of charge. Not to mention so many great podcasts. It has become a tool that if I were to delete all my apps off my phone, I think that would have to be one of the 3 or 4 that I kept because I use it so much. Podcasting, listening to music I like, collections of music that I like. I mean, it's, listen to Real Radio anywhere. It's the best.
Color to the rest of us impressed that you know how to add and delete apps.
Yeah, man. It's pretty cool. Kid taught me. I'm not afraid to say it.
I kind of want to challenge it.
I saw that wry smile on Ronson's face. I knew this was coming.
This is so perfect. Let me get to this first. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. This is Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well.
Hello.
Ross, how much money do you have on you?
Oh.
This is my favorite thing when dudes open their mouth. I'll tell you what. You give me $100 for every one of these. I can erase in 1 minute. You want to do that?
No.
Okay,
I don't.
Very good. Seems like I've learned.
You know how to make the apps do the little shaky thing?
Yeah, buddy, I do.
Yeah, even when you don't.
It hurts my arm, though, because when you move the phone that fast by shaking it.
Okay, now I'm back on board.
407-916-1041. One of the things that we hear, again, talking about this COVID stuff over and over for the last, 2 years, basically? 20. It'll be
2020.
Yeah,
it feels
2020.
like 2 years.
So March of 2020 is when everything kind of changed, right? That's when we all went home. Well, it's interesting because we talk about working from home a lot. We've brought up the Zoomtown idea, and we've talked about the idea of working from home. Now, oddly enough, this building or this floor that we're on just went through a massive renovation right as COVID was starting. And just because of a couple of things, we have decided to come in and do the show from the station. Some shows have parts of the show that comes in, and then part of the show stays home. And then one of our shows, the midday show, I haven't seen. We see those guys about once every 8 months.
I don't even know what they look like.
Sean can have a full beard right now, but they've been working from Sean's home and his home studio, which is you could never. If they came here to there, you'd never be able to tell the difference.
Right, exactly.
I mean, the equipment is exceptional. They do a great job over there. You can never really tell. But one thing we never really talk about, and the interesting aspect of the working from home, is what the bosses believe, what the managers think. Now, we've heard a number of mixed things saying, well, as long as they're productive, I don't really care. As long as this, I don't really care. Well, there's a new study out. And
that shows that they care.
It's interesting. It's interesting. They went around, and at first I've been talking pretty positively about the work and home experience. It was so funny. This is spurred on. I just did a walk around the building. We go to breaks, and sometimes I'll just go out and just stretch my legs and just walk around the perimeter of our floor here.
Make sure we're all safe.
Right. And there's nobody here.
I was going to say, he's actually probably looking for humans.
In this building right now, it's the 4 of us, Larry.
Gotta love him.
Brandon and his producer, and then across the hall at Roomba, there's somebody there. So I think there's a total of 8 people in this building right now. This building is built to house probably about 200 people at their desk and doing their job. So there's 8 people in this building, and by 6 o'clock, when we leave, there will be 4. With the exception of the staff that maintains the building, there will be 4 people in this building. And, we've heard this, and you've heard it from me a lot. Managers say, well, as long as they're productive, as long as they do their job, the numbers are right, who cares where they work from? Well, it turns out that managers care.
Oh, shocker.
And they care a lot. I mean, they care a lot. So it turns out that the human resources experts, the managers, and the bosses say a whopping 72% of managers currently supervising remote workers would prefer everybody to get their asses back to work.
Yeah, because you can imagine managing a workforce that you can't see, talk to. I mean, everything has to be via phone call and email.
And I have to tell you, I do believe that more than likely, if you had to run the numbers where the people are like, oh, yeah, everybody's still productive, that has probably dropped. Because the one thing I know about human beings, a lot of working human beings, is if you're not watching them, they're not going to work a lot. They're not going to work as hard. And I do believe if you want your workforce to be more effective, more responsible, and just simply more efficient, they got to be at work. And I mean, I honestly, for me personally, I cannot believe this company has allowed a number of people to stay out as long as they have.
Well,
I simply cannot. Because this is one of the safest places in Orlando. When you talk about the COVID thing, I mean, we've had, 5 people total in this building have situations where they were at work and we've been warned?
Well, again, until the FDA had approved the Pfizer vaccine, there were a lot of, I think, legal loopholes that, and I think our company, like every other company, is just trying to navigate this new world now with the federal mandate. Not only that, our company has to figure out how they're going to keep everyone safe.
Right.
Do they follow the federal government, or do they risk the fines from the governor?
Well, we know for a fact this company don't want to spend one more nickel than they have to. That's for damn sure. So they're going to adhere. And everybody that works is going to adhere when they drop the hammer. And federally, they've proven that they can already do that. I don't know what this company's stance is. I know that we got an email out directly after that, but from what I read in the email, it was still kind of up in the air of how they're going to handle this, because it said clearly if you have over 150 employees, 100 employees, it is mandatory that your work staff be vaccinated. Now, I know that most of the people who are in this building now, I mean, everybody I know is vaccinated. Double vaccinated months ago.
Vaxxed and waxed.
So I guess the idea is just that I don't know what if managers believe that their workers should be back at work and that they can kind of be more efficient. I wonder why isn't it happening more quickly?
Delta.
The Delta variant.
Delta. We had plans that staff was supposed to be coming back on a regular basis, not 100%, but at least one day a week working here in the building, and that was supposed to be back in July, and then we saw this spike in Delta, and everything got moved back. We were supposed to have it where brokered shows and guests would be allowed into the building. And, every time we got close to that date, we saw numbers rise where they just kind of rolled things back. And so really it was Delta that kind of set things back.
But you know what? There was something that you had sent me weeks and weeks and weeks ago about this kind of cave mentality that's taking over a lot of people.
Right.
Where a lot of people are kind of turning into me. Where
hermits.
Where you're like socially, it's like, I don't have to deal with people, and I can get my work done, and I can stay at home, and I don't have to be in traffic.
Still get my paycheck and benefits.
Because the amount of percent increase from the search for, like on LinkedIn, people looking for remote work, from July 2020 to July 2021, it increased 430%. So the managers may want people to come back to work, but a lot of recent surveys have said that workers are like, nah, man, I will take a cut in pay. I will take a 50% cut in pay if it means I can stay home and work.
Wow, man, I can't imagine anybody saying that.
I can't either.
I can't imagine anybody looking me in my face and saying I'm willing to take half the money I work just so I can stay home.
Just so I can stay at home.
That seems illogical.
It does, and yet
borderline irresponsible.
And yet,
well, for some people, Jimmy, when you factor in what it costs to commute, the time, tolls, gas, all of that stuff.
You know where I think it really matters, though, Jack? I think what's really changed is childcare.
That's a huge issue.
If I had to bet a little bit of money on the reason why a gigantic percentage of these people do not want to come back to the office is that they've seen the money that they've spent on childcare going back into their coffers, and between $700 and $1,000 a month of that money sure does look better in your account at the end of the month than not in your account at the end of the month. And that doesn't mean just moms. I mean, that's dads as well.
Absolutely.
Staying home and taking care of the family and taking care of things so that that money doesn't have to be spent. Childcare in this country is out of control. It's one of those things that is almost impossible to manage without a couple of incomes if you don't have that great job.
Absolutely. And I think for a lot of families, it's not only the financial savings, it's the ability to have spent time with their kids that prior to 2020, you didn't realize what you were missing in your kids' lives. And then 2020 turned everything upside down. And I think there are some families that don't want to go back to that feeling of being disconnected, waiting for mom and dad to get home from the office, and they're willing to make changes in their lifestyle to be able to maintain that.
And I'm going to probably have to get daycare because I don't know if I trust my mom with my kid.
Yeah, that's a bet.
I think my mom will Gronkowski my kid.
Oh, your mom.
I thought you were worried about your roommate.
Your mom would snatch your kid around like a monkey mom.
Yeah.
Like you just grab her by the nape and just stick her to the job.
She's got a track record of keeping two kids alive and ultimately That's the number one priority for a parent.
Pretty successful kids, too.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
One really successful, though.
And I appreciate you saying that, because I feel like I'm doing better than he is.
No, you are. You are. He's just on national television.
I mean, he's on national television. I'm on iHeartRadio.
Which is national with the app. I mean,
totally.
It's international.
It's global.
It's global.
It's global. He's not that.
Yeah, we're reaching millions and millions and millions more.
Right.
I have to look at my email signature to tell you how many millions.
So you
65?
guys, if you guys had the let's say that we could do the show, the quality of the show would be exactly the same. There'd be no delays or fuzzy voices or anything like that. And every day we could just log on, and at our homes, you have the big screen, so everything's real time. It's not like on a little iPad. The equipment's all there. And by the way, all this is doable and very inexpensive, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because of the technology, if you have fiber internet, everything I'm saying right now can be done for less than $800 if you know where to shop. And this is without question. Could you guys do the show in 4 different areas and have that be the way that we operate and feel like we're putting the best product on the air? Could you do that?
No.
Yeah, I don't think it's the best product.
It's not the best product. It'd be the most convenient.
I don't think it can be the best product.
Right. I think you lose something.
I'm talking to my boss today. We just had a lunch today, talking a little bit and talking about that very thing, and the idea of being at work, coming back to work and stuff, and the idea of doing it remotely. And I said, look, I've got a brick at my house, and most people would never ever know if I came in from home. And it's a 38-minute drive from my house to this joint. And, and the drive is the drive. I said, but man, just being in the studio with the guys, to me, there's just no way to connect like that doing it remotely. You just don't have that same body language connection.
Right.
Where I can look at you guys and we can kind of have some fun. It just seems like it's so much more difficult to do. And I don't mind doing it from home occasionally. Because it's more convenient. I don't think the show suffers that much, but it just won't have that right edge.
If we were all at home, we wouldn't have moments on Friday where Larry, the news guy, is popping his head in the studio to tell us how much he weighs.
Which is 170 in case you didn't remember or hear it.
Exactly, right. You don't get the Larry moments. You don't get any of that stuff.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, it is becoming a progressively big problem. Managers are still trying to figure out how exactly to manage these employees while they stay at home and keep them productive and efficient. It's becoming increasingly more difficult. And geez Louise, man, I don't know if you guys heard this weekend, Bubbaloo's Barbecue in Winter Park closed. Like, that's a 40-year barbecue
what do you mean closed?
Institution, and they...
For good?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
They closed because there are no employees. Boo McKinnon's been a friend of mine for many, many years. I read her post. We haven't spoken yet. I'm actually going to try to get her on the air this week to talk about it if
That's
Russ
unbelievable.
doesn't get her first. But, I mean, this is a woman who has run one of the most iconic restaurant brands in the entire history of this city. And that brand has been around when no other barbecue restaurants were here, long before Four Rivers, long before any of those other places. Good old Bubbaloo's on the corner of Park or on 1792 and Lee Road have been chalking out great barbecue for 4 decades. And because there are no effing employees out there, she had to shut her doors. Wow. That's a legacy, man. That's a legacy because you can't get somebody to make barbecue. Nobody can find employees, and now you're asking them to leave the comfort of their home to restart paying child care monies,
right?
Repaying tolls, repaying for gas if they live like in Avalon or out in Mount Dora where you live, or in Geneva where I live.
Wear and tear on their cars.
Wear and tear on their cars. More opportunities for them to get in crashes and stuff.
I know for the ladies too, it's a big deal when you're working from home, the ability to have a Zoom meeting, right? Where the only thing you have to worry about putting on for your workday is the makeup.
Right, yeah. That's
a big deal to not have to worry about the undergarments.
Selfishly, I will tell you, is it awesome when I work from home and I'm just walking around the house in my shorts and barefoot? Yeah. But do I feel disconnected from you guys to give the absolute perfect show? 1,000%. It just isn't the same.
You like my vibes?
Zach, how's it going, buddy? Welcome to the show.
He likes my vibes.
Hey, first time, long time. I just wanted to point out that we had twins in December of 2020. They were quarantine babies. And the child care for them was going to be $375 a week, so $1,500 a month. And
that's a mortgage.
Yeah, exactly. We couldn't afford that, so my wife cut down her hours to 20 hours a week And, that's a 50% cut in pay, but it's saving us $1,500 a month in childcare.
And so could you imagine a manager, your wife's manager, I don't know what she does, but could you imagine that person trying to talk your wife to coming back to work and really putting on the pressure considering what you've just experienced?
Oh, I told her if they wanted her to do that, they need to give her like a 20% raise or something. There's no way we could afford it.
Yeah, that's what people are looking at, exactly that problem. Thanks for your call, Zach. That's poignant because that's the issue. Managers are now having to negotiate with employees they've had for a while just to get them back in the office because we're all now acclimated to being able to work. The bar has changed. The idea of business is now on a different level. Those meetings that used to have to be flown across the country and be met at some big steakhouse and all that money had to be spent, well, now everybody understands you can't do that, so they're willing to seal that deal on a Zoom meeting.
Right.
And it's just as valuable as if you'd flown across the country, spent all that money staying there to wine and dine the person. Since that's out of play now, the game is different.
I mean, if you look at that call, this is what I was going to bring up. You know what's also changed is the value of a dollar. And you know what hasn't really correlated alongside with that? Is people's wages.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people who lost their job went ahead and said, damn, I've been pouring my soul into this place for $12.50 an hour. And then I realized, that's not that much. And I've been breaking my soul. That my mental health declined. I devoted that to you guys. And I mean, you want to take care of a lot of problems. And I don't know the books for a lot of companies. But if you paid people, you get what you pay for. I think there was a big realization from the workforce of going, damn, I can either put 40 hours into this restaurant or I can go ahead and go down to 20 hours and then hang out with my kids.
Yeah, and you know what the funny thing is that very, very thing has come up a number of times. The mental health aspect of this has really changed people's view of their jobs, of their existence. I mean, you having a year and a half or 2 years to connect with your kids every day because they're around every day changes your relationship. And now managers are saying that you want to come back to work. And they're like, I'm not leaving my kids. I'm in love with them now. Before, I'm not saying that you didn't love them, but you're in love with them now. You've created a completely different reality with them.
I found a job to ensure I could be home and watch my kids grow. This is what someone texted us at 77031. That money in the bank allows us to provide our kids the things we dreamed of.
And you know what? People are willing to this goes back to the millennial idea of not needing that gigantic house or that big lifestyle footprint, financial footprint, giant mortgage, giant car payments, all the fancy stuff. The idea of living frugally and having mental health, having your being be better is now a bigger focus. And managers have a battle on their hand to get these people, like you were saying, that they were whipping into reality at $12.50 an hour. Man, this is one of the more unique times I remember in the financial work sector in my entire life. I've never, ever seen a problem this unique.
Well,
without an obvious answer. I mean, politically, you can't even look at this thing and go, well, we'll just throw this at it, or we'll throw that at it, or we'll Republican it, or we'll Democrat it, or we'll do something like that. It's beyond that. It is way beyond that.
It's back to the basics of human psychology.
It really is. And people are now starting to weigh their happiness against their financial happiness. And for the first time in a while, people are not choosing the money.
Well, exactly, because look at the restaurants. You had a restaurant up in Northeast Florida that closed for the day just so the owner could give her staff a day off from the abuse of the patrons, flight attendants being abused. You got to pay people a lot of money to want to put up with someone knocking your teeth out.
All right, 407-916-1041 text. Yeah, usually the UCF, they pay you pretty well for that. 407-916-1041. Load them up. Let's do trivia next.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
This is Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Insperity.
It was a tale of two different week ones for Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. Both had similar off seasons. They weren't happy with their front offices, and both threatened to force their way out of town. The big difference, Aaron is needy, high maintenance, brooding. Russell isn't. Rodgers spent the summer hanging with celebs, traveling the globe, hosting Jeopardy, while Wilson had the best off season of his life. And yesterday, the difference was obvious. I'm Colin Cowherd.
providing scalable HR services, employee benefits, payroll, and HR technology for 30-plus years. Insperity's mission is to help businesses succeed so communities prosper. Insperity, HR that makes a difference. Visit Insperity.com.
Check it out, man. With Rebath, you're dealing with a national company, standards, policies, and procedures to make sure you get the job you pay for right on time. And they do it with the products they actually show you up front. You're not going to believe this. This is absolute truth, right? There are people out there that will sell you a bathroom, right? They'll get your deposit check. Then they will go and find products that look similar to the ones they sold you that are cheaper so they can save money on the install, giving you inferior products and, more importantly, what you didn't even pay for. That happens all the time in the business. That's why you have to be very careful. Rebath is a national company. You'll never have that happen. Matter of fact, their installer's been with them 8 to 10 years. And, man, the products they have are amazing. If you want to see them, you can do that live, 436 in Altamont, right across from Kobe. That is where the showroom is, with models set up to really showcase these products, natural stone, marble, travertine, and all those beautiful colors, just waiting for you to design a bathroom using them. And it's not one size fits all. They're all custom. Simply drop by and then go online, rebathmidfla.com. Look at those before and afters, man. That can be your bathroom quick like. Let these guys design and install one. You're going to love them. It's rebathmidfla.com.
There's a whole new spin on pumpkin to love at Dunkin'. Sip into fall with a $3 medium pumpkin cream cold brew or a pumpkin spice signature latte. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply. Valid on pumpkin spice signature latte only and all cold foam cold brew.
It's Super Cash time at Old Navy. Right now, redeem your $10 in Super Cash and save $10 on every $25 purchase. Use it on everything, even everyday magic deals. Go to Old Navy or OldNavy.com and redeem your Super Cash today. Valid 9/11 to 9/19. Excludes gift cards, face masks, and clearance. See OldNavy.com/supercash for more details.
It was a long, hot summer. Time to give your car a cool, refreshing oil change. Get started at Advance Auto Parts with an oil change bundle. 5 quarts of Mobil 1, Valvoline, Castrol, or Pennzoil Full Synthetic Oil, and a qualifying premium oil filter for just $37.99. And when you choose a select Valvoline bundle, you'll also get a bottle of Purple Power Extreme free. Advance your auto at Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest locations. See store for details.
With a SunTrust checking account, stay on top of your money with all the right ingredients. Get free helpings to online resources and tools to help make your money grow. Manage your spending by receiving alerts. And help yourself to seconds on your money with cash back with SunTrust deals. Open an account today at suntrust.com/checking. Must have online banking to participate in SunTrust deals. SunTrust, now Truist. Member FDIC.
Sunset Walk presents the Best of Challenge Dessert Edition, Saturday, October 2nd at the Promenade.
Join us, the cast of Real Radio 104.1's Jim Colbert Show, as we host the Best of Challenge.
13 restaurants competing to be crowned the best dessert of Sunset Walk.
Participants include Estefan Kitchen, Cold Stone Creamery, Lizzie's Barbecue, and Game Time. VIP tasting tickets on sale at sunsetwalk.com.
Spectators are free.
Plus, DJ Scotty B, the Saloonatics, street performers, artisan market, and car show. It's the Best of Challenge Dessert Edition, Saturday, October 2nd at Sunset Walk.
You like it iced. You like it hot. You like it sweet, not sweet. Cold brew, nitro cold brew, different bean varieties, specialty coffees, various coffee bar toppings. In summary, we have coffee. So much coffee. Is that what you want? Oh, we know. 7-Eleven, take it to 11.
See 7-Eleven app for participating U.S. stores.
Right from the start, we've always been on the go. And once we got going, we never slowed down. So for the past 100 years at Pep Boys, we've kept our promise to keep you moving. And we plan on keeping it for at least 100 more. Pep Boys, we go further to help you go farther. Now through September 30th, buy 3, get 1 free plus free installation on select Kumho tires. See pepboys.com for complete details.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
and Doug.
And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb. All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs. Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated, and divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. You're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Now that we've all quit Facebook and started talking to each other again. What's that? Nobody's quit Facebook?
Facebook.com/Real Radio Orlando.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I don't know why I do that. Real Radio 104.1.
Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, out yours.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hey.
Jack is here. And Ross has your sauce jar.
All aboard onto an actual ship. Because I have, with the P, I have two. And this is what they're called. Feel the Heat launch viewing packages for the SpaceX Inspiration 4 mission. That's going up, not down, going up this Wednesday. Witness liftoff from the Apollo Saturn V Center at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, which is the closest you can be without being on the damn thing itself. It's one of the coolest prizes
You're right.
we've had. This is nuts. I've gotten lucky to do it. It's a game changer. You're going to feel your body twerk from the vibrations. If you've never twerked and you want to, this is the best thing you can do. Don't take dance classes. Go watch a rocket pretty close. Everything jiggles. And that is your sauce jar, which is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Got a move coming up? Go local with that move. It can be local or long distance, residential or commercial. And if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, you'll get a discount. So book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO Moving.com. Jim, back to you.
Thanks so much, Deb. Ross, who goes first today, buddy?
This guy's got a John Wayne voice to me. Let's welcome Paul on line 1.
Paul, what's going on, buddy?
An excellent day, Jim. Good to hear it.
You do have a bit of a John Wayne voice. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Well.
Let's do it.
Game show.
All right, Paul, this is pretty easy. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of the answers is not true. If you can find that lie, I will send you to the sauce jar. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, Paul? Do you mind me asking?
57.
This is going to hit you right in the wheelhouse. You ready?
Cool, man. Cool.
Here we go. On this day in 1969.
Good year.
Cartoon series still relevant today. Very famous automobile.
Got to be Scooby-Doo.
That's right.
Hey!
Has been made into live action. Our show has a connection to it. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Premiered on this day in 1969. Here are 3 fun facts about Scooby-Doo and winks of a lie. Number 1, the show creators, Hanna-Barbera, revealed the main ingredients in Scooby snacks was chocolate.
Oh.
Number 2, Scooby was originally a sheepdog. Number 3, Scooby-Doo is one of triplets. The other 2 are Skippy-Doo and Dooby-Doo. And lastly, the original idea for the show was a traveling rock band with a dog that played bongos. Which of those is a lie?
Oh, good God, Jim. That's terrible. Number 2.
Number 2 is absolutely true, unfortunately. Scooby-Doo was originally supposed to be a sheepdog.
Really?
Not a Great Dane at all. Who goes next, Ross?
Let's welcome Clint.
Clint, right there on line 3. Clint, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, great.
Good man.
Afternoon.
In regards to Scooby-Doo, today was the first day it premiered, 1969. Find the lie here. Number 1, the show creators, Hanna-Barbera, revealed the main ingredient in Scooby snacks was chocolate. Number 2, Scooby-Doo is one of triplets. The other 2 are Skippy-Doo and Dooby-Doo. And lastly, the original idea for the show was a traveling rock band with a dog that played bongos.
I'll go with the triplets.
No, that's true. Absolutely. Scooby-Doo is one of triplets. The other 2 are Skippy-Doo and Dooby-Doo.
Sorry.
That's okay. Who's next, Ross?
Let's welcome Brandon.
Brandon, what's going on, buddy?
Brandon do.
What's going on, Eagle?
All right, man. Find this answer for me. You got a 50-50 shot here, kiddo. In regards to Scooby-Doo, number one, the show creators Hanna-Barbera revealed the main ingredient in Scooby Snacks was chocolate. And lastly, the original show idea was a traveling rock band with a dog that played bongos.
The Scooby Snacks one is the lie.
That is the lie, buddy. I put you on hold. You are a stone cold winner. Hey, dude, listen. This prize you won is like one of the coolest things we've given away all year, and that includes all the stuff we got from Code Black. I hope you get to go, man. It's for real cool, all right?
Sounds good. I'm going to try to take my 2 elementary school kids.
You should do that for sure, man. Thanks for playing. We appreciate that very much. There he is. Brandon is a winner.
Yay!
On line 4. There are 5. Let's find out some other things about Scooby-Doo. Of course, we have a small connection to it, don't we? The voice actor that provided Scooby's voice, by the way, they never revealed what was in the Scooby snack. I just made that up.
I was going to say, because chocolate's bad for dogs.
But the original idea, I thought that would be the giveaway, by the way. The original idea for the show was a traveling rock band with a dog that played bongos. And that got rejected. They sent him back to the drawing board, and what he came up with is what they have.
Wow.
The voice actor that provided Scooby's voice also did Scrappy-Doo and Papa Smurf from the Smurfs. The reason Velma loses her glasses is because the actual voice actor used to lose hers all the time as well. So they just wrote that into her character.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Jinkies.
It was the first Saturday morning cartoon that used a...
laugh track.
Attaboy. Laugh track is the answer.
Wow.
Yeah, no other cartoon had done that, and Scooby-Doo did it. It felt like it was happening in front of it. And they actually broke the fourth wall in that show, too.
Oh, yeah.
The characters would look at the camera.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. In 2013, Scooby-Doo was named the what greatest cartoon of all time on list in the top 10?
Century?
Ever.
Ever.
And this was, by the way, this was TV Guide magazine.
I'll go 3.
2.
I mean, I'll go 1.
5.
Points.
Yeah, the 5th greatest TV cartoon of all time. I did not look up who beat it because that was in 2013, and I probably don't know half of them. Casey Kasem, of course, the voice of Shaggy in American Countdown or whatever it was for many, many years. He left the show. Does anybody know why he left and stopped voicing Shaggy's voice for 2 years, and then he came back?
I do, and it's because he became a staunch vegetarian?
Vegan.
He was a
vegan, and they wanted Shaggy to voice an ad for Burger King. And he said, I'm not going to do it. I don't agree with it. I'm leaving. So they had a tryst with him, or excuse me, not a tryst.
Hey, where's the beef?
They had a problem with him for 2 years, and he came back and wound up doing the show anyway. And then lastly here, the name Scooby-Doo came from the Frank Sinatra song Strangers in the Night.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
But he actually goes dooby-dooby-doo. But the guy was on a plane, heard the song, it clicked, and he goes Scooby-Dooby-Doo. And that's exactly where it all came from, inspired by a Frank Sinatra tune. There you go.
Damn.
Not bad at all.
So cool.
And
What's coming up for thoughts there, homie?
All right, guys, this is going to be a little embarrassing, but that's where I thrive. So I grabbed a bee this weekend, and I still have the stinger in my hand.
Okay.
And there's a couple of things that I have noticed why this sucks.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll get to those next.
When the rolling blackouts hit, you can still get us on a radio.
Remember those?
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Just getting word of a crash causing big delays eastbound on I-4 between 417 and 1792. Taking up the right lane, heads up here. Westbound travel on I-4 still a solid ride between World Drive and 429. And we're seeing delays eastbound between Fairbanks Avenue and the Lake Mary Rest area. Southbound 429 now a solid ride between Sinclair Road and I-4. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Spectrum Business. Small businesses are always looking for ways to cut costs. That's why they should switch to Spectrum Business. They could cut their internet and phone bill in half while getting faster internet speeds and proven reliability. Call 888-489-2212 today.
Do you experience red, itchy, and often burning sensation in your eyes when you wear your contact lenses? Well, you could be a sufferer of contact lens intolerance, a.k.a. CLI. And CLI symptoms are a little more common than you believe. Many people experience eye pain and discomfort for years before they actually discover the issue. The great thing is the Filatowski Eye Institute can help. As recognized leaders in vision correction surgery, the Filatowski Eye Institute will help identify your issue and even better, recommend the best options for you. All you have to do, simple. Text 1041 to 868686. Right now, schedule your vision correction consultation. Again, it's easy. Text 1041 to 868686 for the Filatowski Eye Institute.
It may be September, but we still have one more summer event. Join us for Rock on the Water at Orlando's largest beach, Aquatica, Saturday, September 18th from 7 p.m. to midnight. Enjoy food, drinks, and rock out to the music with your DJ Angel from the Monsters in the Morning. The entire park will be open so you and your friends can enjoy the attractions, including Aquatica's newest Riptide Race. Don't miss Rock on the Water Saturday night, September 18th. Get your tickets now at aquatica.com/iHeartRadio.
Gibson Truck World professionally installs quality Pro Comp lifts. First, we install the track bar drop bracket and drop pitman arm. Next, we install the coil springs. Then, we install the rear lift block along with new U-bolts. We also mount new 37-inch Toyo tires and 20-inch fuel wheels. Lastly, all Gibson lifted trucks are aligned with our state-of-the-art Hunter system. Only Gibson Truck World will re-torque your suspension after 30 days free of charge. Why go anywhere else? Buy your lifted truck from Gibson Truck World. We are the king of lifted trucks.
The heat is on. That means the highest power bills of the year are on the way. It's time to smile when you see your power bill.
I smile because I save $300 a month on my power bill.
I smile because I'm saving my environment with a sustainable power choice.
We smile because we chose Solar Source.
Don't let another summer power bill pass you by. Get your free savings estimate today from Solar Source with next day appointments available. Visit solarsource.com. Now, when it comes to power, trust the source. Solar Source.
It's an unprecedented diamond buying opportunity at International Diamond Center. 3 days only, this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. IDC is rolling out the largest selection of hand-picked diamonds ever seen here. And you can buy like a dealer buys. Choose from thousands of GIA and Forever Mark diamonds. These are the best of the best, certified by the world's top gem labs. Rare, precious diamonds at prices never seen before. Rounds, princess cuts, emerald cuts, cushion cuts, ovals, from 1 carat to 20 carats, all on sale. Don't be surprised to see jewelry store owners and diamond brokers shopping at this event. It's IDC's largest and most aggressive public diamond buying event ever. And if that wasn't enough, we're offering 3 years, 0 interest financing on any diamond purchase. Plus, for these 3 days, you get extra savings and incentives on all engagement ring mountings, including Tacori. Don't miss this amazing opportunity. An open to the public multi-million-dollar diamond buying event. Next weekend only. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. And only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando showrooms. On approved credit.
Financial strength means having the choices to do what's best for you. An Amscot Cash Advance could put up to $500 in your hand on the spot with no credit check when you really need it and for less than you might think.
Amscot.
Some restrictions apply.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Yes, I need to replace my old air conditioner.
For AC replacement, please hold the line.
Here we go.
And we're back. So, what do you want now?
Same as before, new air conditioner.
I just need to put you on hold again. Somebody's calling.
I'm calling.
But this might be someone important.
But I need...
We get a lot of calls this time of year. Dreadfully hot, you understand?
Yes, I understand perfectly.
So if you'll just wait a little longer...
You know, this would never happen with Frank Gay.
You didn't call Frank Gay.
Well...
Did you?
Probably should have.
Probably should have. Well, tough luck. So, would you like to go back on hold?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need AC replacement, you should be the priority. Experienced technicians ready to roll on your schedule and your installation done right. That's the Frank Gay way.
Next time you can call Frank Gay.
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
Doug. And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb. All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs. Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated, and divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows.
The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. You're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Made in Florida by Floridians. Get the best quality and price on your new tongue and groove vinyl privacy fence at Fence Outlet today. Go to fenceoutlet.com and set up your free appointment for an estimate now. That's fenceoutlet.com.
License number C-10252 and C-102.
It's Super Cash time at Old Navy. Right now, redeem your $10 in Super Cash and save $10 on every $25 purchase. Use it on everything, even everyday magic deals. Go to Old Navy or OldNavy.com and redeem your Super Cash today. Valid 9/11 to 9/19. Excludes gift cards, face masks, and clearance. See OldNavy.com/supercash for more details.
It's back to school time, so that means you're going to be going to racetrack, or at least I do. On the way to school, my daughter's like, do you want some crazy good coffee from racetrack? I'm like, yes, I do. And I go there and we get something. And then at lunch, at the way home, she's like, I'd love an empanada. And I'm like, oh, let's go. And I get something there too. After piano practice, she says, do you want to get a pizza? You can get a whole pizza at racetrack. She knows how to get me to racetrack because there's so many awesome things at racetrack. It's what they do. They want you to just go in there and grab whatever gets you going.
Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
So, what are you sipping? Whether it's our freshly ground coffee to wake you up or an icy Polar Pop cup or Froster to keep you going, our new Sip and Save drink subscription at Circle K will keep you refreshed every day. Join Circle K's Sip and Save and grab any size drink every day for just $5.99 a month. Yeah, start sipping and saving today. Just sign up with your mobile number when you check out at Circle K. Limited time offer at participating locations.
Trust the leaders. FAS Windows and Doors. Go to FASWD.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lynch Studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Stephen Kramer coming up a little bit later in the program. We're talking about a bunch of fun stuff with him. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here. Jack is here as well. Let's get some Ross thoughts.
It's weird.
Pipe it.
It's funny. Sometimes.
Let's go.
It's Ross. Spelled like sauce.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
It's Ross thoughts.
All right, so I know there's no way I'm going to be able to do this segment without telling you, or without you guys thinking like, oh my God, here comes Whiny McWine face.
Yeah.
Because it's a bee sting.
Yeah, it's a bee sting.
I got a bee sting. But I thought, I've actually talked about having a bee sting on air before, and I was thinking the worst place to get stung by a bee is right on your esophagus, because the first thing that you do after you get stung by a bee is straight slap, and I like slap my neck and I started choking. I judo chopped my own self. It was really embarrassing. I kind of felt like the bee won because now I'm on my knees.
Remember, I got hit with one right out of my mailbox on the ear. Remember that when my ear swelled up like twice its size?
Yeah, you kind of had that like cauliflower ear.
Yeah.
But it was only on one side, so it looked like you were fighting a one-armed man. Very strange.
A good left.
The fugitive.
So I think I stand corrected. I think the bees of Central Florida are Real Radio listeners because they went, no, we got you. We're going to blitzkrieg your right hand, my dominant hand. I was weeding, taking out some weeds, and I grabbed a bee. First of all, how Bruce Lee of me. Who grabs bees? Me, baby.
The big old fat bumblebee? Was it just a little? What was it?
Well, someone had texted earlier and said it wasn't a bee, it was a ground wasp.
What the hell is that?
Yellow jacket?
You should be wearing gloves for this.
Yeah, exactly. This is why you wear gloves when you do gardening.
This is the first time in a long time that I have not worn gloves while doing my get my garden on, get my green thumb.
That's the most important. One of the most important pieces of equipment you
It
have in
is.
gardening is your glove.
So it's a ground wasp?
Yeah, that's what someone had texted.
Because I had the stinger still like up in my hand, and I immediately went to elementary school vibes of ow, 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 ow.
Did Jack get it out for you?
No, he hasn't even really tried.
No, I was massaging it before. You have to work it out.
Hey, I was going to ask if he could suck the stinger out.
I'm fine with any of you guys wanting to suckle on my open wound. I'll take the silence as a resounding maybe.
Jimmy looks interested.
So
I just want the situation where I'm sucking on your palm and then anybody walk in.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter who it is at that point. Any human being walks in.
I'm helping him. As your muffler.
Or someone records it.
So my fiance immediately walks over. She takes out the stinger, but there's still something in there. I can feel it. I can see it. It's still swollen and stuff, but it's on my right hand. I have injuries on your dominant hand.
Wait.
Suck.
So your fiance came out and took the stinger out for you?
I took the stinger out, and then she tried to get more out, and I think she failed.
That's your gun hand too, buddy. That's your shooting hand.
That's my gun hand. Jim, I drive a stick shift.
Oh, that's your shifting hand.
Going into work, I'm like, all right, first to second, ow. Second to third,
ow.
Also ow. Third to fourth, ow. Fifth, ow. Six gear, JK. My car's not that nice. It's a 5-speed. It tops out about $1.05. All right. Another thing, all door handles. It doesn't hurt that bad. It's just super annoying.
It's like having a splinter, right? And
Yeah.
you can't get to it. Then every time you move a certain way,
And it's on.
it just hits a nerve.
It's right there on the webbing of my thumb and my finger.
Did it swell? Did it swell up really bad?
Yeah. I took a Benadryl.
Oh yeah.
I took a Benadryl, and guess who also got a Benadryl? My dog, because right at that same time, going through some fire ants.
Oh, yeah.
So,
no.
Those are brutal.
Both me and my dog are on the couch going like, yeah, rough day. And he's like, woof, 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 woof,
Right.
woof, woof.
You guys are bad at gardening.
Bad at it. Real bad at it. But we're going to get a little intimate here. All right? My girl had work early in the morning. All right? She left. This morning, I was like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Let me just...
Okay.
I'm right-handed.
Okay.
You know what I'm insinuating.
I am.
I don't have to say it.
You don't.
Masturbating.
Got a new pair of socks, did you?
No. I kind of wanted to feel the challenge. I just wanted to see how bad this would hurt. And it hurt.
So good?
I was good.
It hurt so bad. Every north to south.
Yeah. Cut a groove in it?
It was just like, ow. Ow.
It's like a record needle?
And it was really
Got a
weird.
tune you playing.
So, like, in the
Skin
beginning,
flute.
Something by the tune.
if someone was outside of my door, they would have heard, ow, ow,
Okay.
ow, at that same rate.
This guy's getting abused by something very consistent.
Yeah.
Until it went ow, 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 ow,
Yeah.
ow, 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 ow.
It was just all of a sudden it was
That was ow, ow, oh.
yeah,
Ow, ow, oh.
yeah. I went ow, ow, drop the W, capital up. I couldn't get this thing bit me where it hurt
Okay, two.
to fondle myself.
Yeah. Couldn't go with the stranger?
And that's the thing. I tried it. I didn't like it. I don't know how people
Upside down stranger?
I don't know.
What's that?
I don't know how people use their left hand when they're right hand dominant. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You don't.
That's weird. That's like how I feel like that's how chimpanzees do it. The upside down
If you're like, yeah.
like
you're if you're doing it
like you're
somebody
pulling
in
a
front of you.
sword out of a sheath.
Yeah. Everybody gets it.
This thing got me.
Okay.
Jim, I can't.
Maybe you should work on your stranger move.
I
You gotta go on the stranger.
I tried it, but I felt like I was just punching myself.
Yeah. That's, I thought your imagination would be way better than this because you know.
What? You got some tips?
No, I don't have any tips.
Don't.
I don't. Ross, are you done?
It's just too far.
Well, I mean, it's yeah.
Because I feel like it's not far enough.
No. It's plenty far.
Oh, he wants tips for that?
Everybody understands. No, and nobody's going to give you tips
Jim.
on that. You can go. Listen, there are books and there's online. We don't need to talk about your tips.
And none of those books and online are like, in case of a bee sting on your right hand.
Right, yeah. They just figure that you would know how to figure that on your own.
Well, it's not just a bee sting. If you punch a wall and you hit a stud and you get what they call a boxer break, and then your hand's in the cast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Have you tried like a latex glove?
I have not. But I don't practice safe masturbating.
I can't look him in the eye right now.
Look at me.
Oh, I'm looking at you. And if you say that word again, it's going to be more than look.
Do you want to break now for Stephen Kramer, or do you want to continue a little more?
You guys don't understand the pain that I am going through.
I think we completely understand the pain you're shedding on us.
You guys don't feel bad for me at all?
It's a bee sting, Ross.
Yeah.
But it's right there.
It's inconvenient.
So, for 2 days, you can't swing 2 days without shifting?
I mean, I didn't want to.
Okay.
I didn't think the bee took my freedom away.
Well, your bee didn't take your freedom away.
This bee is basically like masks.
No, it's not.
Taking my freedom away.
God almighty, man.
This was an alt-right bee.
Oh, God. Is that what we need right now?
No, it's not.
No.
All I'm going to say...
Because that conspiracy will be all over OAN tomorrow.
Is that I started a GoFundMe. I started a GoFundMe for me and my bee sting.
What is it then?
Please,
Jim Colbert Live. JimColbertLive.com.
This seems thrown together. This seems like Green Bay's offense.
This
past weekend.
Low blow.
Well, we're both being very honest.
Okay.
That we're not very good.
Bee sting.
Those are your Ross thoughts. Feel bad for me. That's all I'm asking for.
I love that. He's begging for sympathy. I love that. That's balls, dude.
I'm out. I'm back in, and then I'm back
All
out.
right, 407.
Peace.
916-1041. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio. Stephen Kramer up next.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mikey, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, the lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry.
It's bumper to bumper south on 429 between Sinclair Road and I-4. I-4 is solid ride 2 westbound between World Drive and 429. Eastbound is still slow from a wreck between 417 and 1792, taking up the right lane. We're still in good shape on the 408. No reported issues there. The turnpike is up to speed as well. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by WaltDisneyWorld.jobs.
Be a part of the magic. Walt Disney World Resort is offering a hiring bonus of $1,000 for housekeeping and select culinary roles. Receive weekly pay, tuition assistance, and childcare support. To apply, visit WaltDisneyWorld.jobs.
Hey, business owners, are you feeling boxed in by the pressures of running your business, remote workforces, HR compliance, retaining top talent? The list goes on. Fortunately, there is Insperity. They put 30-plus years of HR experience to work, offering your employees competitive benefit options while lightening your HR load. So your employees and your business are set up for success. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Full-service HR, employee benefits, HR technology, it's Insperity. That's HR that makes a difference.
Trust the leaders. FAS Windows and Doors. Go to FASWD.com.
The biggest stars from all genres of music will share one stage at our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Coming here from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
2 nights of performances you've never seen before. Streaming free on a CW app and CWTV.com. And listen on iHeartRadio this Friday and Saturday, starting at 10 p.m.
Capital One is a proud partner of the 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to their customers. What's in your wallet?
Man, FAS Windows Windows and Doors can do you right. Jack, myself, Jim Phillips, for years we've talked about FAS Windows and Doors, father and son. That's what it stands for. And what they do is replace those terrible windows you have, replacing them with those double insulated vinyl windows that really make your AC super happy because it's going to work way less, it's going to last way longer, and your energy bills are going to drop. Not to mention your house is going to sound amazing. It's going to feel amazing. And with that impact glass you can choose, it'll even be safer as well. Plus, the value will go through the roof. There's no loss at FS Windows and Doors, not to mention they can get you inside with a sliding glass, those accordion doors, entryway doors. They're all set for you. Fairbanks and I-4, that's where the showroom is. Drop by, pick out the windows and doors of your dreams and have them installed. That's what they do every day, and they're ready to help you right now. Book your consultation today at faswd.com.
Family owned and operated since 1969, Nations Trucks is proud to be Central Florida's premier pre-owned truck dealer. Ford, Chevy, Dodge Ram, and GMC, Nations Trucks has got them all, and they're ready to save you money. Start driving the truck that you deserve. Visit nationstrucks.com today.
It's Super Cash time at Old Navy. Right now, redeem your $10 in Super Cash and save $10 on every $25 purchase. Use it on everything, even everyday magic deals. Go to Old Navy or OldNavy.com and redeem your Super Cash today. Valid 9/11 to 9/19. Excludes gift cards, face masks, and clearance. See OldNavy.com/supercash for more details.
When I lost my Chase debit card, I was like... But I locked my card on my Chase mobile app, and that feels like... That's what security feels like. Card locked.
Check and lock down your money with security from Chase. Control feels good. Learn more at chase.com/banking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Enroll in Chase online or on the Chase mobile app. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Today, I'll prepare arroz con pollo. Let's try edamame instead of green peas.
And instead of white rice, 2 cups of Mahatma basmati rice. Why not? Shh, Grandma better not hear me. Rejuvenate traditions with Mahatma rice. Unfollow la receta with Mahatma rice.
O'Reilly. Get more miles on the road with O'Reilly Auto Parts. A clean fuel system means better gas mileage for your car. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Injector Cleaner for $8. Plus, earn double O Rewards points. For a clean, lubricated, more fuel-efficient system, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Spectrum Business called their competitors to see if any of them could beat Spectrum's Business Internet Plus phone offer for $69.98 per month with no added phone taxes or fees. Here are real quotes from the competition.
How are they pulling in no fees and taxes? That's madness.
I would 100% go with Spectrum.
Even the competition recommends Spectrum Business. Call 855-339-5344 and switch to Spectrum Business today.
Competitor quotes from actual phone conversations. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Did you know that Solis Health Plans gives you up to $1,200 per year in OTC products? Yes, up to $1,200 per year in OTC products. That's a relief. Furthermore, with Solis, you don't have a copay when visiting primary doctors or specialists. 0. Call now and join a local health plan that makes a difference. 1-833-33-SOLIS. 1-833-33-SOLIS. Solis Health Plans. Amazing healthcare just around the corner.
It gets hot in the summertime, and last year, I'm so glad I found Mills Air because they were able to switch out my old system for a Carrier system, and I saved so much money when it comes to my power bill. It is millsair.com. That's millsair.com. Have them check out your system, millsair.com.
Unbelievable.
No sugar and 60 calories.
Naturally. New Chobani with 0 sugar. Impossibly delicious. Made possible by Chobani, not a low-calorie food.
In 4 days, the biggest names in music come together on one stage to make history at our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival in Vegas. Cheap Trick, Coldplay, Journey, Weezer, and so many more. Don't miss these once-in-a-lifetime moments as they happen live. Listen live Friday and Saturday night on the iHeartRadio Music Festival station exclusively on the free iHeart app. Number 1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one.
When it comes to power, trust the source. SolarSource.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on
Back to the Jim Colbert Show. Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Hi there.
And so is Ross.
Yeah.
By the way, we're giving away an awesome prize. Did the first one today. It's 2 tickets to the Space Center to watch the launch on Wednesday from the closest point you can, plus a bunch of other cool stuff. Values about a couple $100 bucks a piece, turning in at $500 for the ticket pair. We gave away our first one today. We'll do it again tomorrow. Also, if you haven't followed us on Instagram, we're going to do it that way as well. At the Jim Colbert Show on Instagram, and you can do it on the Real Radio Instagram page as well. We'll pull winners from there and give them away in the next couple days. Welcome back. Stephen Kramer always joins us around 6:20 on Mondays. Find out what the hell's happening in his world. Of course, it's onefirmforlife.com. Offices up in Altamont Springs. Stephen, how you doing, buddy?
Rockin', rollin'.
Rockin' and a rollin'. How was your weekend?
Great. Good weekend. Wet. It was really wet. Looking forward to it drying out. Wanted to swim.
Yeah, it wasn't. We were talking a little bit earlier about the rain. I like it because it forces a slowdown. Because I have a hard time slowing down on my own, so it forces me to make decisions to do stuff inside, which I enjoyed, but only because the last 6 weeks have been a complete nightmare.
Yeah, because what we need more is being inside.
Yeah, no, we do not. We need to be outside more, proving that.
I had plans to grill.
Me too, buddy. How about a brand new bag of charcoal for my egg?
Someone is pissed at Mother Nature.
Yeah. Water and I don't get along.
Hey, so, it's interesting, Stephen. You actually walked like kind of hand in hand with me through this thing with my mom in regards to what we could do regarding a number of things. You were there on a number of trips. I was talking to you probably 30 or 40 minutes each time. And we did run into some of those issues we discussed because my mom did not sign the power of attorney. I was talking earlier. I don't know if you heard, but I found a number of her journals when we were going through her storage unit this past weekend, and it was enlightening to say the very least. My mom was. I'd said for a month here that mom ignored her health, did not go to the hospital, blah 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 blah, because she never told me she did. Turns out she went all the time. Matter of fact, in 2012 is when they told her she had kidney issues. And she even took some medication for it for a short period of time. But as you started reading on, you realize that her mental illness made her believe that the kidney issues were made up by the doctor that was part of a big conspiracy plan against her in total. Right. So we had a lot of that. We knew this was happening for a while. We just thought she was managing it better. We knew it didn't come by in phases, but she seemed to be doing okay. And really what had happened was she had formed and fashioned a beautiful facade that she showed us when she was around.
To protect you or to insulate herself from criticism? And
the second
or
one.
Both.
Yeah, probably both, but more than likely to criticize or to insulate herself from me. I was the one that would always stay on her ass about stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't mean about it, but I was forceful about it because I know that she wouldn't do it on her own. So I had to almost kind of create a scenario where I would be disappointed if she wouldn't do what I said because I knew it was the best thing for her. And I knew that she also knew, had she told me about her issues, that I would have been relentless about her maintaining her therapies to make sure that she stayed at least as healthy as she possibly could. Her not sharing that took that from me. And us as a family, and gave her what she wanted, which was to be left the F alone, which is what she wanted. So a number of issues have arisen. You and I spoke briefly.
Sure.
She did have a small a small savings account. I say small, there was some money in there. I mean, it was 4 digits, it was enough to worry about, not enough to change your life, but enough to go, okay, well, I mean, we should probably seek that. But really more importantly is, the Jeep that she has, it's an old Grand Cherokee. It has actually no value other than it was her vehicle, and I'm going to keep it forever. But it's in her name. So now we want to get the title out of her name and into my name. We were going to pay off. There's a little loan on it. We're going to pay that off, take care of all that. But even then, just because I pay it off doesn't mean the title goes in my name. What kind of uphill battle am I looking at? Because we don't even know where to start. And by the way, before you get started, Stephen, I was talking about this a little bit earlier today about the journals. There's a lot more in there. And we got inundated with texts from the listeners saying, look, my parent did this, my mom did this, she kept it from me so that she didn't want to hear it, or she protected us from the bad news because she didn't want us worrying about her, blah, 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 blah. And the next thing you know, you go into cardiac arrest or whatever, and now there's no time to sign the power of attorney that makes it so much easier for us to maneuver around this. And now we're kind of in a situation where we really don't know where to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. You're dealing with a whole lot, and and then it's the emotional part of losing somebody is already overwhelming, and then on top of that, you have to deal with all the business and the headaches, and there can be a lot of loose ends afterwards. So the goal when you plan stuff like this is to simplify it for your family and to make it easier for them and to help avoid conflict too. And you can never do everything completely, but it's helpful when there's some type of plan in place.
Yeah, it is, because now we're left with a situation where we know we're going to have to probably bring you into it to kind of figure out what we can do. My wife is going to try to work with the bank that she was dealing with in this one account to see if there's any maneuvering available there at all, but we're just not real confident. But really, the vehicle is the number one issue, because although we can insure it, and although we can put me on there and we can renew the tag, it'll never be in our name, and you'll never be able to do anything else with it. Not that it matters, but it would never be ours. So, we don't even know where to go.
Yeah. So here's what happens. Many people come in, and many people have very simplified assets. They don't have a whole lot, right? And for somebody in that position, what we encourage them to do, of course, you want to do all the documents that are good, especially the kinds that preserve dignity, like having somebody that you trust and love to be able to make healthcare decisions for you, or have a dignified way to direct your family and doctors to take care of you if you become in a terminal condition. Those are all important things, and it's good to have a trust if you've got assets or children, or a will if you've got assets or children. But one of the ways to handle it, if you've got somebody with like one account like that, is they can do a Totten trust or payable on death, and they can let the bank know, basically name a beneficiary on that account. And that can be really helpful, because that escapes probate. That doesn't pass through the probate. That's automatic. You don't have to wait for the money. You don't have to file anything with the court. It automatically passes instantly. And it also means that because it automatically passes, you don't have to deal with the same notification to creditors and creditors making claims process that you do in the probate process. So if that's not there, now we're looking at the more difficult road. But maybe there's a chance, I hope, that there's some beneficiary named, and that's a great solution for a lot of people.
Yeah, and hopefully, we're just starting the investigation aspect of this now, because we just got the pertinent information that would allow us to at least kind of move forward with kind of figuring it out. And again, it has nothing to do with the money or the value. There really is no, like I said, life-changing cash here. But we do want to get this closed out.
But it's something.
And we do want to take care of it, because we're going through the process now of closing down our P.O. box. We're getting the letters from other people that, that, hey, these accounts are closed. She's no longer with us. We're dealing out the death certificates and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. And you want to get short form death certificates, because, you don't necessarily, some places don't want long form. And also, you don't maybe want to share all that information. There's lots of reasons for that. With the car, you may be able to go to the DHMV and fill out a couple of forms. And if you wind up needing a probate, if there's some type of issues there that need to be handled, then you can do summary administration, and that's designed for estates that are small. It's still work though, and it still deals with, creditors can come in and make claims, and you've still got to go through that process. And the only way to not have to deal with creditors is A, don't owe any money, or B, wait 2 years till those claims are expired, or 3, just deal with them. And sometimes you look at it and go, well, this cost benefit analysis is not worth it.
Right. Exactly. Why go after the money if the creditors are going to take it up? But she didn't really have any debt. She didn't live a fancy lifestyle. So, I mean, that's really not even an issue. So hopefully, again,
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, maybe
what pops
so.
up. People think they don't owe any money.
Yeah.
And then there's a doctor's bill. There's an electric bill from 10 years ago. There's this or that, old cell phone company bill, and there's ways to deal with that. And a lot of times there can be claims that maybe have no basis. They're bogus claims, but you still got to deal with them.
Is there a statute of limitations on that, by the way?
So after 2 years, those creditor claims in most circumstances can go away.
So theoretically, I'm just saying this is not what
You
we're
can
going
wait it out.
Yeah, you just basically wait a couple years and then claim the money and go from there, and then you can avoid all that?
Well, especially with the summary administration, when there's not a lot of money and it's not needed, there's all kinds of reasons why sometimes it can make sense, especially in a summary administration scenario.
Absolutely. All right, here with Stephen Kramer, One Firm for Life, offices up in Altamont Springs. Stephen, I know that we were talking a little bit earlier, and I guess this Governor DeSantis has had a very interesting year. 2021 has been really a bit of a roller coaster ride, from fighting the cruise companies to fighting our very own school systems and school boards to a number of things. But one of the things that caught a lot of attention back during the riots and all of the unrest around the George Floyd death was this anti-riot law that was signed into action that would basically allow anybody to protect their business if they thought a rioter was going to cause imminent damage, and to be able to do that with deadly force. But I guess a judge has now overturned that?
So there were all kinds of changes made when the state enacted basically the anti-riot laws, right? Last legislative session. And that dealt with all kinds of things, from enhanced penalties to criminalizing, a wider swath of behavior gets criminalized, holding people for a longer period of time, regulating whether people can protest in the streets, all kinds of changes. But really, the challenge came from free speech advocates. And the argument was that this law unconstitutionally infringes upon free speech, upon the First Amendment, upon the freedom of assembly and freedom of speech. And there was a early victory. I say early because this is going to continue. This is the type of case that's going to work its way through the courts and probably going to find its way to the Federal Court of Appeals. But as of now, the big issue focuses on how a riot is defined. Okay. So the way riots have been defined for a very long time in Florida is under the common law definition. And that basically says that when you've got three people working in concert together to cause terror, disturb the peace effectively, engage in violent behavior, right?
Right.
The argument that free speech advocates made was that the way the new law is written, it leaves protesters confused about how the law applies to them. For instance, what if you're at a peaceful protest and it becomes violent? And you're not participating in the violence, but you're at a protest where there is violence that breaks out. Are you now breaking the law? What are your obligations? Are you obligated to leave? Can you stay? Can you continue to peacefully protest? Basically, a variety of scenarios where the argument is that you'd have people engaging in constitutionally protected exercise of free speech where they are unable to determine the proper course of action. It stifles free speech is the argument. And also it's overbroad. It unconstitutionally prohibits constitutionally protected speech.
I mean, so I don't know. Does it read like that to you when you read it? Like, I mean, I don't hear that, because here's the thing. Like, what if I'm at the mall in the food court, right? And I'm sitting there now that's not a protest by any means. And I'm sitting there and a fight breaks out. Obviously fighting and violence like that is against the law. I'm standing there, maybe even with my friends. And my friends are one of those persons that got into a fight. It doesn't necessarily make me guilty. Now, I know I'm not there protesting, trying to make a difference in public. But it seems like that would be kind of easy to define, that somebody is or isn't involved. And really, wasn't this the idea of contacting this is to kind of get rid of the looting? Wasn't that wasn't that the target, is the looting and the violence and the burning?
This is not an easy one. And the reason it's not easy, the best argument as to why it's not easy is the opinion from the judge is 90 pages long.
Whoa.
Okay. And not only that, but it gets into the minutia of grammar and really almost at least an attempt to analyze the law from a textualist perspective, or at least try to dig into the definition. There's actually sentence diagramming in the order from the court. There's arguments about what the words mean. And here's where it is. And hopefully this doesn't get lost in radio. Actually, I helped out News 6 last week. We did a good job of covering this when this came up. But the way the old law would have or did read is that rioting is where 3 or more persons acted with common intent to mutually assist each other in a violent manner to the terror of people and breach of the peace.
Okay.
So where 3 or more persons acted with common intent to mutually assist each other. This is what it says now. A person commits riot if he or she willfully participates in a violent public disturbance involving an assembly of 3 or more persons acting with common intent to assist each other in violent or disorderly conduct.
That's a different statement.
Yeah.
That's a different statement, isn't it?
That's clear, but the question is, does the modification of the law is it vague in a way that does not inform a reasonable
Right.
person what would be lawful behavior or not?
See, to me, though, it made perfect sense when you're watching all this footage, which you can go back and watch on YouTube. It seems pretty obvious the problem. There are people who are protesting, and they're not causing any problems. They're protesting. The people actually committing crimes that are already on the books as crimes, whether it be arson, breaking and entering, looting, assault, things like that, those are already crimes. So what I don't understand is why you need another bill to basically regulate what's already a crime, because it doesn't seem like it's really focusing on that. It's just focusing on the gathering for that specific cause.
Well, this law has this bill has all kinds of changes to the law, including enhancing those penalties and dealing with that behavior that we're talking about that is clearly criminal. And the judge hasn't given a final ruling on this, but he's kind of tilted his hand. However, that the part of the argument that he made in providing an injunction is the state already has a number of laws and tools on the books to deal with it. And for that reason, while we figure this out, ultimately, he's going to go ahead and enter the injunction. But what you're talking about is, it's the people that are saying they want to peacefully protest that are asking this question or making this argument that the law does not inform them properly, that is vague and overbroad.
Wow. Well,
but you're really getting now. The takeaway from this is it's about whether the people have to be working together to involve directly with the violence and disorderly conduct effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And if the governor and the legislature want to go ahead and kind of follow this blueprint laid out by the court, they could probably very easily do so if they wind up losing this case in the next legislative session. And that would probably pass muster, because this judge, at least at this point in the case, hasn't taken issue with other parts of the law for the most part.
Right. Man, it's going to be very interesting because, it's just going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. Hey, one quick thing before we go, I want to ask you, since March 2020 at your firm, have divorces increased or decreased?
We should talk about that next week, because they're up. And really, this is something we should talk about next week. It's the Great Resignation. It's the Great Reevaluation, and it is playing out in so many different ways right now, and it is going to affect the next decade.
I can't wait, because I have to tell you, I read something very interesting today about the idea of divorce within this pandemic and how people are handling it, because there's nowhere to go. Housing prices are through the roof, and the way that people are managing divorces is the most unique thing I've seen in quite a while. I mean, for you as a practicing attorney, have you ever seen a time like we're looking at right now for the idea of divorce?
People are completely reevaluating their lives. And that means people are getting married. That means people are getting divorced. And that means that people are getting ready to get wild.
Wow, really? All right.
Well, the Roaring 20s. You talked about it to me, the Roaring 20s.
I mean that in everything. Mean that in business. I mean that in adventure. I mean that in life. I mean that in travel, eating. We should talk about that next week.
Well, I got to tell you, that's a great plug for next week. So now we don't even have to worry about it, because I am unbelievably interested in what you have to say. There he is, Stephen Kramer, one firm for life. His offices are up in Altamont Springs, and much like he's done for me over the last 6 weeks, he can give you some great advice that you can apply to actual life, not legal jargon that doesn't mean anything. Actual advice that you can apply to your problems in life. That's what he does every day. he can help you out today. Again, that's onefirmforlife.com. Stephen, as always, have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
You too.
All right, man. 407-916-1041. Let's load them up for last call, guys. We'll do that next.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for Last Call on the Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. You can expect overnight lows in the mid-70s tonight with partly cloudy skies. Storm coverage will be increasing as we head into your Tuesday, looking at 60% chance for some heavy downpours, frequent lightning, as well as gusty winds. As for afternoon highs, they'll be in the low 90s, and we hold on to those similar conditions as we head into the middle of your work week. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber. HOA and condo board members, bring the fastest, most reliable internet and TV service to your residential community with Blue Stream Fiber. Your community deserves the reliability of a fiber optic network. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/bulk today.
Man, your home is one of your largest and most important assets. It shelters your family. A beautiful new fence from our friends over at Mossy Oak Fence is a great way to add appeal and value to your home. And it's also a great way to provide more safety and security for your family, your children, and your pets. The fact is, at Mossy Oak Fence, your family's safety and security is their number one priority. I can verify that. These guys did a fence for me and did an amazing job. Got to talk to the ownership. This is their number one thing. You can do business with these guys easily. Just log on to mossyoakfences.com. And always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
He raids your fridge.
You're out of Brada.
Borrows your car without asking.
Scratches? What scratches?
He's your brother-in-law.
I'll pay you back.
He takes what's yours, and there's nothing you can do. But when identity thieves want to take what's yours, you can do something. LifeLock by Norton monitors your info and alerts you to potential threats. If you become a victim, they can help fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com using promo code NEWS.
Here's what I know, man. If you have a terrible bathroom in your house, specifically if it's your guest bath, that can be a real problem. You know, the holidays will be on us before you know it. Halloween, Thanksgiving, and of course, Christmas. Those are the times you want to spend that time with family at your house. You know, for so many years, you've loaded up your family to go to your brothers or your moms or maybe your dads because their house is just not embarrassing with that bathroom like you've dealt with for so long. It's time for you to end that. Get that out of there. Rebath can not only get you a brand new bathroom, they can do it in just days. They do it with their employees. When it's all said and done, you'll have a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And these products are amazing, like natural stone, marble, travertine, cut perfectly so there are no grout lines. And they do it all. So once you hire Rebath, you're done. Tubs, tile, toilets, lighting, cabinetry, it's all there. You get to choose it. Their design team works hand in hand with you to design the bathroom that will really complement your home. They do this every single day. Just hop on board at rebathmidfla.com. Check out those before and afters, man. Simply amazing stuff waiting on you right now. Book your appointment. See what these guys can do for you. It's rebathmidfla.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated, and divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. You're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything, which means having fast Wi-Fi matters. A lot. That's why Xfinity offers gig speed Wi-Fi, the fastest Wi-Fi you can get. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids, especially if there's 1 kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in, because fast Wi-Fi makes everything better. Now through October 11th, ask how to get a special offer of $300 back when you get gig speed internet, or get started with up to 50 megabits per second download speed for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Click, call, or visit an Xfinity store today. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and compatible gateway. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Offer requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/11/21. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply.
So, what are you sipping?
Whether it's our freshly ground coffee to wake you up or an icy Polar Pop cup or Froster to keep you going, our new Sip and Save drink subscription at Circle K will keep you refreshed every day. Join Circle K's Sip and Save and grab any size drink every day for just $5.99 a month. Yeah! Start sipping and saving today. Just sign up with your mobile number when you check out at Circle K. Limited time offer at participating locations.
You may not be planning to get stopped at a rail crossing today, but trains can come at any time. When you approach a rail crossing, stop before the pavement markings that look like white connecting X's. Never stop on the tracks or drive around lowered gates. Remember, slow down. Keep clear of the tracks by staying outside of the dynamic envelope and stay alert. Plans can wait. Trains can't. The department's efforts are ongoing, so follow FDOT on social for more updates.
Gibson Truck World's expert team of sales and service staff will show you why we have been the pioneer of used trucks since 1995. With our 1-year bumper-to-bumper warranty valid across the entire United States, our exclusive 15-day exchange policy, and our $1,000 best price guarantee, it's easy to see why we're the #1 used truck dealership in all of Florida. Please call, visit, or explore our website today to see for yourself why we are the king of trucks.
In St. Pete Clearwater, let your senses be your guide. Follow the incredible aroma of outdoor dining under a starlit night, or see the sunset over the Gulf, painting a magnificent orange and red sky. Feel the gentle breeze on a leisurely stroll along the new St. Pete Pier, or let every sense come alive at the Salvador Dali Museum. Sounds like it's time for a fall getaway. You can sense it. Plan your fall escape to America's best beaches at visitstpeteclearwater.com.
Make the most of your investments. Certified Financial Group. Call pound 250 keyword certified planner.
Take a break from the flame war. Your racist brother-in-law isn't going anywhere. Real Radio Orlando on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. We have 4 lines open for last call, guys. 407-916-1041. Call us up, make us laugh, call back from the show, a little joke, doesn't matter, just a little graffiti to end the day with, a little
audio graffiti.
A little nothing there. Again, 4 lines open, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb's here.
Hello.
So is Jack.
Greetings.
And Ross is taking your calls right now. Again, 4 lines open for last call, 407-916-1041. We have a very active blog. Like, it's crazy active. We have a lot of new content right now up at JimColbertLive.com. Everything from Deb fancy dancing in a dress at the Michael Andrews show last Friday.
You're blushing, Deb.
To what else, Jack? We got a bunch of stuff up there, buddy.
It was talked about a lot. I guess this became an international story today. The cat surviving the fall down in Miami at the someone brings a pet cat to a football game, or I don't know if it ended
probably
up
a stray, or
well, it had a collar. They said, but it actually falls. But the cat is okay. The cat survives, and you can see it. 2 different camera views. All posted to Jim Colbert Live. Also, man, you say something on the podcast, you think you think it's just gonna slip into the ether and never bother you, but
nobody will ever remember this.
Ashton Kutcher is being trolled. He was on College Game Day, and the fans started shouting, "Take a shower, take a shower."
Yeah, because he and Mila Kunis have talked about like not showering regularly.
Yeah.
So apparently he went to this ball game and people started just ragging his balls about taking a shower.
Did you ever do anything, Jimmy, where you're in the process of doing it and realizing this is a bit dangerous and this can go wrong very quickly?
Yes.
Okay.
I was walking my daughter on my shoulders through an area in the mountains through this stream. What I didn't realize is the stream was controlled by a dam that was upriver. that they released the water about every hour to come down the dam, and just as I was getting past the middle, they got the sign that they were releasing the water. Had I been in that water another 30 seconds, it would have washed us down the river.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. So
that's kind of fun.
So that happened.
I posted a video today, and I had that feeling watching it. It's a family. They were out. They caught a shark. There was a rope in the water, and the rope was lassoed around the midsection of a shark. And the captain of the boat reeled it in to free the shark. But the whole time, I'm like, buddy, there's got to be a better way to do this.
That thing's coming back.
I just see him getting pulled in, but you can see what happens. That's up there as well. I mean, there's so many blog posts. And shout out to Carlos on the Monsters in the Morning. They release a new trailer today for a new Marvel Studios series on Disney Plus. It comes out late November. It's called Hawkeye. And
starring Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner's in it.
Big ass stars in this show, man.
And in the trailer, specifically at minute 1 minute 13 seconds, there is a familiar face in that trailer. You can see him not only in the trailer, but also in the series. And that's going to be really exciting. Something I'm looking forward to later this year, the new Hawkeye series on Disney Plus.
Dude has been grinding that acting thing out for a long time, so it's good to see it pay some dividends. I know he's been getting some regular work, so that's always good to see.
Yeah, and he did it. He was taping it a year ago, but he wasn't allowed to say anything about it till today.
Deb, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank Brandon Kravitz and Orlando attorney Stephen Kramer.
Stephen Kramer, onefirmforlife.com. Great call today. I'm looking forward to next week already. Those crazy divorce stories are going to be awesome. Jack, let's get a check of that Instagram or the Twitter poll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Would you associate sexuality or sensuality with line dancing?
Come on, man. The way you worded that, I had no chance. And that's what makes you so bad.
No.
He checked it with you.
I checked it with you and even tried to help you with that.
Uh-huh.
That's why I included sensuality. Yeah. 88% say no.
Okay. Well, it's 12% know how to party.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
They boot goofing.
Your crowd is growing.
All right. You guys ready for a little last call?
Let's
Ross,
go.
You got some stand-up coming around?
Man, I'm going to go see the dentist this weekend.
Are you really?
Yeah. I might get my wisdom teeth taken out.
Your wisdom teeth?
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Let's get some last call in here. Mike, last call.
Hey, I was just wondering if you guys heard about that new restaurant, Karma, in downtown.
No.
No, it's weird. Like, there's no menus. You just get what you deserve.
I like it. Daddy, last call.
Y'all ever have one of those Mondays that's just so bad you feel like you need to name it? So I'm calling today the Jimmy Face Monday.
Oh, you son of a bitch. How dare you? It's the best Monday you ever had? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly wrong.
Exactly wrong.
Paul, last call. Thanks, I don't have any feelings.
Hey, I just dropped off a guy at work. He works at an Acme distributing company. I was like, wow, it's like the predecessor for Amazon. He had no idea what I was talking about.
Oh, wow. Okay, good. Acme, yeah, that's right, from the from Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, Wile E. Coyote.
It's so funny when I write trivia, I have to find out if it's relevant to all of our audience because we do well with a really big audience, a bunch of different people. So I have to pick some, like doing the Scooby-Doo thing today. I was like, well, only 45s and up are going to get a lot of that.
Yeah, I didn't get any of it.
Uh-huh. Party Mom, last call.
Shut up.
So what do girls and rocks have in common?
What do girls and rocks have in common?
The flat ones get skipped. Smoke weed every day.
That's such a good job. Good job, Party Mom. All right, let's end it up. Beth, take us home. Last call.
I just want to say, hey, y'all, and good night, y'all.
All right, thanks, Beth.
Good night, y'all.
Isn't that the perfect way to end a Monday?
It is. Sweet dreams, Beth.
Hey, don't forget to check us out on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Jim Colbert Show on TikTok as well. If you haven't followed us on YouTube, please do that as well. We're only a few from 1,000, so go over there and give us a follow, even if you're not watching it, just to get us above 1,000.
The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
That's for sure. All right, let's get the hell out of here. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the news junkie.